Hey there, Internet. I'm Annie.
I'm Kit.
And I'm Mac.
And this is I Will Fight You, a podcast we've been turning opinion into stone cold facts since 1986. Today's fact: sometimes filing the serial numbers off just works. Hello, everyone. It's 2 weeks late for Odaiba Day, but to dive a month is Odaiba month. We're sort of talking about Digimon today. Hi, this one's my fact, and I wanted to talk about Mamoru Hosoda's 2009 film Summer Wars.
Summer Wars!
All art asks important questions, and Summer Wars asks the very important question, what if Stuxnet took over Fortnite and almost ended the world?
What if what?
What if Stuxnet took over Fortnite and almost ended...
What is Stuxnet?
The cyber weapon, the one that's designed to take out nuclear power plants.
I have no idea what that is.
Educational opportunity. Stuxnet, it's a thing. Or it was. I'm not sure it's effective anymore now that everybody knows about it.
Okay, so...
What if ChatGPT took over the world?
More to the point, what if ChatGPT took over Second Life?
Yes.
This is a film that I have seen many, many times. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Mackenzie, you also wanted to do this episode.
Yes.
This is a movie you love as well, right?
Yes, this is a movie I first watched when I was with you and John living together, and it has become just a thing that I really love watching. It is so family.
I don't have friends. I got family.
It is very family.
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 It is sometimes the most family.
So?
Family. Family.
Yeah, this movie cares about, number one, family. End of list.
There's all kinds of family, Brian.
Your family.
Kit, this was your first time we had to bully you into watching anime.
Yeah, you had to bully me into watching an anime. As animes go, I actually did quite enjoy this one, although I did have to look it up on archive.org because nobody had it.
In Canada.
In Canada, nobody has this movie.
Canada doesn't want you to have Summer Wars.
Canada has wars in it, so it should just be summies.
I like how that's the one thing, that's the one Canada joke that you will just never let go. You're like a dog with a bone on that one.
All right, listen, when it stops being funny...
It's the only thing I know about Beast Wars.
All right, Lucas, can you just give us the Beast Wars theme and... Zombies!
I'm not sure that might not be within Lucas's power.
I believe in him.
All right, so I have a lot of background here because I'm not assuming that anyone else here has seen Digimon. And I'm going to have to explain why that's important here, so just bear with me for a bit. All right, so this is directed by Mamoru Hosoda. This is actually his first original film. He had done adaptations and previously existing IPs before that. So, Mamoru Hosoda was born in 1967 in Japan. In 1979, when he was 12 years old, something incredible happened. Within the span of a year, Japan saw the release of Isao Takahata's Anne of Green Gables, Osamu Dazaki's Aim for the Ace the movie, Yoshiyuki Tomino's Mobile Suit Gundam, Rintaro's Galaxy Express 999 the movie, and Hayao Miyazaki's Lupin III the Castle of Cagliostro. Like, Isao Takahata and Miyazaki are two of the main driving forces in Studio Ghibli. There was also the birth of Mobile Suit fucking Gundam, Toei Gundam, Gandamu, the Space Pirate Captain Harlock guy, and the Galaxy Express guy, and the director of Ashita no Joe, who also co-founded Madhouse, one of the most prolific anime studios. It was the perfect storm of incredibly prolific animators that would go on to shape the entire industry.
Yeah, the fact that I have heard of some of those, I'm assuming means that all of that was a really big deal.
Yeah. And basically, Hosoda's entire life is locked the fuck into directing anime from then on. Because he's 12 years old, all of this happens, and he's like, well, that's it for me, folks.
I've decided what I'm going to do with the rest of my life, and no, I will not be dissuaded.
Yeah, he goes to college. He studies oil painting in school. And at the same time, he also joins the university's film club, which during his tenure produces nearly 50 live action films. So he's studying this from a lot of angles. He eventually joins Toei Animation as an animator, and eventually he gets some directing roles. First doing some episodes of the legendary yokai horror comedy series Gegege no Kitaro, and later 2 short films that eventually bookended anime called Digimon Adventure. So, Digimon. This is known in North America as a kind of not Pokemon, but actually, it's Boy Tamagotchi. Digimon starts as a more action-focused virtual pet by the makers of the 1997 virtual pet Tamagotchi. Instead of just raising your little blobby guy, you can train your blobby guy to turn into a weird dinosaur to fight other kids' weird dinosaurs. They were like little plastic rectangles on keychains, maybe about 4 inches across. Bandai owns Tamagotchi and Digimon, though, and with Tamagotchi exploding on pop culture, Bandai's like, let's get some multimedia shit in here. And so with not a whole lot of substance to work from, because that's the whole idea, blobby dinosaur fight, they make some manga series, they roll out a video game, and they contact Toei Animation to make a short film that will eventually become a 20-minute prologue to their new, 50-something episode adventure kids anime series Digimon Adventure, which is about 7 to 8 kids get sucked into another world that's kind of a computer, but not really, and they meet special talking animal best friends called Digimon that evolve into new forms, and they try to unban another wild Digimon. It's kind of like Pokemon, but not really in ways that I'm not here to sit down and discuss today. So Hosoda directs this 20-minute short film that is gorgeous. It's mostly a kaiju movie. He's been given all these continuity things late game that he's got to make work, and it's a bit of a mess. He gets it out the door, it's done, people love it. Hosoda also guest directs episode 21 of Digimon Adventure, which, if you've ever seen the show, you know the one that's really tonally different from everything else because it actually seems like art.
That one.
The one that has a budget of $20 instead of the usual $7. It's that one. Digimon Adventure wraps up and Bandai comes back to Toei Animation and says, hey, we want a short film that takes place after Digimon Adventure. And Hosoda pitches them a couple of things. One of them is war games?
Wouldn't you prefer a good game of chess?
Later, let's play Global Thermonuclear War.
Kinda like that. And they're like, go for it. And he says, okay, well, my first film was kind of serious given the subject matter, so I'm just going to make something that it doesn't have to make a whole lot of sense as long as the vibes work. And he makes for what is, again, for his taste, a very constrained 40 minutes and makes our war game.
Sam, are you about ready?
Yes, it's a glorious 3-hour finale.
You got a minute and a half. Okay, everybody, get ready.
That's basically what happens here is Hosoda's like, okay, I can make a movie. And they're like, you got a minute and a half. And he's like, okay, I can make a movie that has good vibes, but magic happens.
What if these 13-year-olds cry so hard they go into the computer?
Exactly. What if they cry so hard they go into the computer? It's worth noting, if any of this sounds kind of familiar to you, if you have a passing familiarity with Digimon, Mamoru Hosoda's short films here, as well as 2 other short films, were all slammed together into one long theatrical release, prefaced by an Angela Anaconda short in a weird Frankenstein called Digimon the Movie in North America.
With a soundtrack that consisted entirely of new wave ska.
Yes, it is a 13-year-old getting mozzarella sticks for an hour and a half. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
The Digivolution is up and running. Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know it was coming? It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. Rock now, funk soul brother, check it out now. Keep us from saying anything. Can't separate from everything. Yeah, all this really
All right, so our war game, this is where I need you to remember some things. Our war game takes a little while after adventure, like the following spring or something. Two of the characters, Koshiro/Izzy and Taichi/Tai, they discover that there's a virus that's bouncing around the internet in the year 2000, so year 2000's internet. That is a Digimon that is consuming data and growing bigger. They reunite with their Digimon partners through the internet to try to fight off the virus. Koshiro and Taichi are just sitting around computers, but Mamoru Hosoda decides that the virtual space is going to be visualized by this big white void full of weird little physical representations of the computer systems that they're fighting through. So like little, basically emojis almost representing all of these different themes that they're working with computer systems, like books for a library or pipes for a municipal water supply, that kind of thing. One of the big things is that all of these digital monsters have red outlines in this virtual space to really separate it from the real world. It's a subtle touch that works really well. They get beat up. They get in touch with two other kids from the show, Yamato and Takeru, aka Matt and TK, who are out in rural Japan, who have to then go find a computer somewhere because it's all old people with no computers and landlines only to get their Digimon to go into the internet and try to fight this virus that also beats them up. The virus digivolves into a new and dangerous form, eventually becoming Diaboromon, who does two things. It hacks into the Pentagon.
Of course. As it would.
As one does.
As you do.
As you do. You hack into the U.S. Pentagon to take control of a missile that launches that they later realize is aiming for their IP address in the middle of Tokyo. And it sets a big 10-minute timer. Then it makes hundreds of copies of itself and emails Koshiro and Taichi, inviting them to play a guessing game because it turns out Diaboromon likes to play games.
Shall we play a game?
And if they can find the original, they can stop the missile. Taichi and Yamato's Digimon, Agumon and Gabumon, which are like the main two from the series, the leader and the cool loner Digimon. You know how this kind of thing works.
Oh, yeah.
They go back into the system. They try to destroy enough copies that they can find the original. And in order to do so, they evolve into their strongest forms, which is an orange dinosaur warrior called War Greymon and a robot wolf with a jetpack called Metal Garurumon because Digimon be like that.
Yeah, guess which one was Annie's favorite?
Which one?
I'm guessing the Metal Wolf.
Oh, no. My favorite's Gatomon.
Okay.
Though everybody has weird feelings about Where Garurumon.
We've all been on the internet.
They get overwhelmed by all the Diaboromon copies, but also there's a problem. Koshiro is getting actively overwhelmed by, get this, their internet connection massively slowing down because Diaboromon's hack is being broadcast on all TVs and computers and mobile phones all around the world, and children are sending countless emails to Koshiro yelling about the kaiju fighting on the computer. And they have a shitty 2000s dial-up connection. And all of those emails are literally slowing down not only their internet, but also the Digimon. Then Taichi and Yamato see War Greymon and Metal Garurumon getting the shit kicked out of them and cry so hard that they magically enter the internet because Mamoru Hosoda's looking at the clock like, oh my god, fine. And their bond with their Digimon is so strong, I guess, that they evolve into a new form, which is a big robot Frankenstein combo with a cape called Omegamon or Omnimon. That is a brand new special extra form they'll never do again. And it's got a cape and a dinosaur arm and a robot wolf arm and a sword. And how do they finally pin down Diaboromon after destroying most of the copies? Why, Koshiro takes all the emails from kids yelling about internet dinosaur werewolves and forwards them to Diaboromon's email address with a very dramatic yelling hit of the enter key. And it crashes Diaboromon's upload speed so the big Frankenstein robot can spear it with a sword. And at the very last second, as the countdown hits almost 0, that missile from the Pentagon changes its path and crashes harmlessly into Tokyo Bay just outside their apartment building.
I'm not sure dropping a missile into Tokyo Bay is necessarily harmless.
Oh, it's totally fine. There will be no problems. No international incidents will happen. There was a computer guy.
Everybody saw it.
You all saw it.
There was a dinosaur in the internet. What do you want from me, man? And of course, Taichi and Yamato get back out of the internet somehow, and everyone around them is puzzled by whatever they're yelling about because they have no idea what's going on. And that's our war game. So...
It doesn't sound similar at all to what we're about to talk about.
Yeah, that's probably not relevant to what we're about to talk about.
No.
I don't know why you talked about that, Annie.
So, after our war game, Mamoru Hosoda was attached to direct Studio Ghibli's Howl's Moving Castle, but if you know anything about Hayao Miyazaki and how well he works with others, i.e. he doesn't... Hosoda left after 2 years of that project that eventually got scrapped and started over from the beginning.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he goes back to Toei, he does some stuff, then he goes freelance when he's contacted by the president of Madhouse, who acquired the film rights to the novel The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. He makes a feature based on that. It's wildly successful, so Hosoda finally gets to do his first original thing, 2009 Summer Wars. And a little bit about that before we dive into it. Summer Wars, directed by Mamoru Hosoda, with a screenplay by Satoko Okudera, who also worked with Hosoda from the screenplays for The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and would later write the screenplay for his next original film, Wolf Children. The film is set primarily in the real-life city of Ueda, near Hosoda's birthplace in Toyama. He used the real-life Sanada clan from the area as the basis for the Jinochi family from the film after visiting the home of his then-fiancé in Ueda.
He was like, oh, these people are nuts.
And he's like, I love it. I'm going to make a movie.
I have to make a whole movie about these people.
So, interviews with Hosoda confirm that our war game is very much where he gets his ideas for Summer Wars. Comparing the two, there are more than a few similarities. We'll get into it. Most critics agree that Hosoda was basically able to take off the training weights of working with a pre-existing IP and an external time limit and just started stretching his muscles, giving his ideas enough space to feel real, earned, and lived in. And Hosoda clearly loves the internet. He's worked in Digimon, he made Summer Wars, he had a later film named Belle. He loves exploring the relationship people have with digital spaces. In fact, given our war game in 2000, Summer Wars in 2009, and Belle in 2013, Hosoda just kind of likes touching base with digital spaces every time there's kind of like a new paradigm shift. He loves the internet. He loves the idea of what the internet could be, this idealistic view of what the internet is best at, and he also loves flying whales that live in the internet.
Also, you can tell that he's really enjoying not having the time constraint, because 2 hours is actually kind of a wacky length for an animated movie to be.
It's so long for an anime, like, it's so much runtime, and it actually allows you to, like, still sit and have moments of silence and, like, thoughtfulness.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons I liked this a lot more than a lot of other anime I've seen is that this has so much room to breathe.
Yes. There are so many voice actors in here, but I just want to highlight one, which is wild to me, which is the voice of our male protagonist, Kenji Koiso, is Ryunosuke Kamiki. Kamiki was scouted as a kid by Hayao Miyazaki himself. He played Bo, the big baby in Spirited Away. He also played the young apprentice Markle in Howl's Moving Castle. And that rocketed his career. He was known as the Ghibli Kid for a while.
Oh, God, that's a thing you want to be known as.
Oh, no, it is. It really is, because that opens pretty much any door he wants it to in live action, in film, in TV, in anime. Anywhere. In fact, later in life, he hit it big again by voicing the male lead in Your Name, Taki Tachibana, which is one of the highest grossing films of all time. And over in live action, he recently played Koichi Shikishima, the lead of Godzilla -1 and the upcoming Godzilla -0.
Holy shit, that's that guy?
That's that guy!
Okay, so we're talking about like one of the extreme edge cases of being able to escape the child star black hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it basically just means that he had a runway prepared just for him so he could just fucking jet off into the stratosphere. This is 2009, though. This is Summer Wars.
This is Summer Wars.
And this is Oz.
This is Oz. We're introduced to the land of Oz.
Different Oz.
Different Oz.
With not the Oz we talked about on this show before. Different Oz.
Different Oz.
Spelled the same, though. O-Z. This is like, how would you describe this, Mac? It's kind of a metaverse-y thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like if Metaverse actually didn't suck.
Right.
And wasn't run by a robot billionaire who needs to meet death.
Yeah, the interface is, from the real world perspective, very much like this is an MMO. You just go in and run around with your little avatar on your phone or your DS or your computer or whatever. But it is represented in much higher fidelity from within the world in a way that looks fucking rad.
Yes, it looks so fucking cool.
Hosoda stated that this was kind of inspired by Second Life and kind of inspired by this Japanese social media site Mixi, M-I-X-I. It has mobile clients, it's got PC clients, it's got TV clients, it's on your Nintendo DS. And unlike the metaverse ideas in, like, say, Ready Player One, Oz recognizes that most users are just going to want to be a fucked up little guy or a furry or both.
Yeah.
Or both.
I appreciate how many of the avatars in Oz are just furries. Because Ready Player One, I was looking at that and I was like, where's all the furries?
Yeah. It's like, what are you talking about?
This place should be overrun with furries. Have you seen what VR chat looks like? Although I do have a friend who's massively into VR chat, and they told me that there is one guy who, it's the class thing where, like, if you haven't modified your avatar in some way, you're considered to be pretty basic and a newbie and everything like that. But this one particular guy wasn't particularly good at Unity, so he just decided that he was going to flatten his avatar along the Z-axis. So, like, from the front, he looks like a regular guy, but from the side, he's a sheet of paper.
That too is perfect.
It is. That too is perfect.
This movie even has guys like that.
Yes. Just like how when we see all the fucking avatars later, there's one person who has made their character a super hot lady. There's one who has become a plane. People just want to be fucked up little guys.
Yeah. And they all have these red outlines, the same like visual style that Hosoda experimented with in our war game, which is great, because that really, really distinguishes all these weird little cartoon guys just floating around this big white void. Oz has this big floating central plaza with a weird cat angel statue in the middle.
Never explained why. It's just there.
It's just there. It's just what it looks like. It's got like, hey, don't worry, your account is fully encrypted by the best security in the world, so you don't have to worry. Everything's on here: real estate, shopping, taxes, real clothes, clothes for your avatar, sports. But the most important thing, of course, is ease of communication, which is like Hosoda's big thing. He loves the idea that the best way to use online spaces is to communicate with others and express ourselves. So Oz has real-time translation for every language.
I do have to point out that, like, a internet service claiming to have unbreakable encryption, but actually using an encryption key that is human solvable, not just by one person, but as we later find out, 55 people, is very true to life.
God, it's so true to life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially years later, in the 2020s, you're sitting there saying, oh, it's got the most impregnable security in the world. And you're like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I've seen that several times in the real world.
I remember reading about a supposed encrypted chat app where your encryption key was just a hash based on your username.
Also, there's a couple of space whales here. Their names are John and Yoko. There's a blue and pink whale. They're the Oz Guardians. They'll come up later, but they don't really matter. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
What are they guarding? Good question.
I don't know.
They don't play into the plot of the movie at all, so...
No, Mamoru Hosoda just likes whales in the internet. He brings them back in Bell later on. He just likes internet whales.
Every time the whales showed up during the plot, I'm like, isn't the whole, like, malicious hacking AI thing supposed to be your guys' job? What are you doing?
Just floating, man. Just going, whoa.
Just having a flow. Oh.
There's a visual language established for countdowns to local noon in different regional servers that have big news bursts that like literally pop out these little bubbles all connected to this central hub of like news sites and everything, which is very cute. And we also get some news about something called the Atawashi asteroid probe that was orbiting the sun. It's now back and orbiting the Earth. Gosh, it's had a lot of malfunctions, but it's going to release a capsule with an asteroid core samples as scheduled. That'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
That'll be fun. Don't worry.
Are you sitting there at home thinking about our war game, thinking about a missile? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
What are the odds we're gonna do that twice?
It would be... Lucas? It would be weird if it happened twice.
Wow. If I had a nickel for every time I was doomed by a puppet, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Now that we've kind of given you the loose outline of the world state, let's actually meet some of our characters. We're going to start going into a big virtual office in a keyhole in the center of the big cat head in the center of Oz, which is where the admin offices are. We meet avatars first of Kenji and Sakuma. Kenji's avatar is a little human with mouse ears in like a convenience store worker apron. And Sakuma is a monkey with an 8-bit head.
Hey, yo.
Later on, we find out that 8-bit head, that is actually the avatar. Like, the monkey bit is detachable and doesn't seem to matter all that much in the grand scheme of things.
Yes.
Again, everyone just wants to be a fucked up little guy on the internet.
Just a fucked up little guy, please.
And we find out that they are working part-time jobs doing code monkey work for Oz. I think they're high school students.
They're high school students. They even say so later because one of the ants, whenever they find out the truth about Kenji, is like, he's just a high school student.
Right. He's younger than you.
Yeah.
Right. So they're working high school summer jobs. And well, in busts a girl who demands to know if either of them want another part-time job.
And nominally the answer to that question is no. However, cute girl.
Cute girl, though.
Cute girl.
They're like, oh, we're doing maintenance checks for Oz. Sorry, we're busy. And this girl, Natsuki, is like, dang, okay, I guess no one will help me.
No one will go on an all-expenses-paid trip with me for a few days.
In which point, Sakuma and Kenji both stand bolt upright like, Natsuki-senpai, I can help. We can both help. We can help. We can help. We can help. At which point, Natsuki's like, it might be complicated. I only need one of you. Cut to furry fights.
Furry fights.
This one rabbit's kicking ass.
Oh yeah, there's this one rabbit.
It's like a bunny guy. He's like in a red puffer vest with jeans and goggles, which is extremely Digimon design.
This is a Digimon-ass avatar.
This is a Digimon. Put an animal in jeans and give them some, like, weird metal bits, and that is a Digimon. Better yet, give them gun hands.
Jeans and gun hands. That's how you evolve in Digimon world.
Exactly. But it's doing exhibition fights, beating up everybody. This is even televised on, like, screens in a train where we see Kenji traveling as he reads a math book for fun.
That's our boy.
Because we find out he's a huge fucking nerd.
He's a huge fucking nerd.
Yeah, he's a huge math nerd. Although apparently not enough of a math nerd to end up on the Math Olympics team for Japan.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He blew it.
He was the runner-up. And Natsuki is like, oh wow, a math nerd. Do a math trick.
So he does a math trick. He's like, what's your birthday?
And she tells him, and then he's like, oh, it was a Sunday. And here's the thing, she can't prove him wrong.
Yeah, she's like, I have no idea if that's true or not.
And there's just this awkward moment as they're making this talk on a bullet train, as they're eating bullet train bento, which, God, I wish that were me. And they're just like, oh, I don't actually know what day of the week it was. And they're like, oh.
Yeah, that would be very impressive if you did remember.
I also love that They're clearly drinking bottles of Oi Ocha because Oi Ocha has basically never changed their bottle branding ever.
Ever.
It's so clearly just that bottled green tea. So they get off at Ueda, where they meet up with... We're about to meet a bunch of aunties. You don't have to remember any of their names.
There are so many aunties.
But they meet up with several aunties, and Kenji gets a huge info dump about the family.
As is appropriate for anyone new arriving to a storied family.
Oh yeah, you arrive at someone else's family reunion and they are going to sense fresh meat.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear every family story ever because you haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, you haven't heard it yet. Now they finally have a new audience.
Not only that, you are a new person. They want to know everything about you.
Tell us all.
So we find out as they progressively go from like a smaller train, a bus, walking, as they meet up with more and more aunties who pick up the story as they travel, which is a great way to do it, by the way.
Yes.
Just showing how everybody knows it.
This sequence is pure pipe. It's nothing but exposition, but it's delivered in like an interesting enough way that you don't notice for a very long time.
Oh, yeah. Because Kenji doesn't notice. He's just getting story, and suddenly we're here. So what we find out is that they tell him the Jinochi family goes back 16 generations. They made a ton of money in the silk industry during the Meiji era. We have graves everywhere. Then great-grandpa frittered away all the money. So they lost all their money. No factories, no mines, not even a measly wholesale store. That's terrible for them.
They describe themselves as penniless. Put that in your pocket for later.
But great granny, this is Natsuki's great grandmother, is who they are going. It is her 89th birthday, and they are going to celebrate her birthday, is why the whole family is descending upon the home. The subtitles generally refer to her as Granny, so we're just going to do that as shorthand. Granny still gets New Year's cards that come in from like big CEOs and politicians. This poor destitute lady, clearly. And they're like, oh yeah, also Granny says terrifying shit sometimes. It's the warrior blood in her. It's...
It's fine. It's normal.
Good luck. Also, oh, here we are. Look at our quaint little house.
Our tiny little estate.
It's the biggest house you've ever seen in your life.
It is this enormous, old, traditional Japanese estate on top of a hill. It's practically a fortress. It's clearly been in the Jinochi family for probably all 16 generations. And as we come to the close of this sequence, Kenji meets an older woman in a kimono at the front door, and he's like,
Excuse me.
Excuse me, it's so nice to meet you. Happy birthday.
And the woman looks offended and goes, It is my mother's birthday.
Oh, God.
Oh, you fucking stepped in it, Kenji.
Oh, Kenji, you're really in it now.
You fucked up so fast.
So fast.
You fucked up so fast, Kenji.
And he's trying so hard to be polite.
Does that woman look 89 to you, Kenji?
No.
Oh, Kenji.
She's like in her 50s, maybe early 60s at the oldest, but definitely like her 50s. My dude.
He thought she looked very young for her age.
Oh yeah, that was probably going to be the next thing out of his mouth, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know it was. But then he stepped in it too hard.
Oh, Kenji.
Oh, Kenji.
He gets shown around this old traditional manor house. It's the kind with like all these tatami mats everywhere. There's screens drawn, so there's all this open airflow. He passes this set of armor and swords that are definitely not ornamental.
Oh, no.
What I love is that as the camera distinctly pans past all of these bows, swords, Naginata, Natsuki is like, okay, so I probably should have mentioned this before, but when we meet Granny, please go along with whatever I say, okay?
Just go along with what I say, don't question it.
Like what?
And I've read enough fanfic to know where this is going.
Oh yeah, we're doing it, baby! So we meet Granny, Sake, who is Natsuki's great-grandma. I love this woman's character design.
Oh, she is so good. I love Granny.
How would you describe this design, Mac?
So at first glance, she looks like the prototypical, like, nice old granny. She's wearing her kimono. She's got her hair back. But whenever she first is introduced to Kenji, she's dead serious. She locks eyes with him, and she just looks fierce as fuck.
Oh my god, this glare of hers.
Yeah, she has this incredible glare. But then the moment when that breaks and she smiles, she's only got 2 obvious teeth, and she's just got the cutest granny smile.
She's in this traditional office, like it's the kind where all the furniture is meant for you to sit on the floor. There's a very nice go board there, all these old books and ledgers. Natsuki is like, hi, Granny, hi, hey, here, this is Kenji. Remember what I promised? Here he is. And he's like, hi, we're both in the physics club at school, so it's nice to, this is my fiance.
Kenji's like, what?
What?
What? What did you just say?
Kenji immediately blue screens. Complete blue screen from this kid.
What were those words that you just said?
There's this great, like, back and forth as they're just repeating words like, your fiance, my fiance, fiance, fiance. And Kenji is just punctuating each one with, huh? 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 And then Granny takes this seriously. She glares at him, and she's like, Kenji-san, this great-granddaughter of mine is no pushover. Are you man enough to make my Natsuki happy? Are you man enough to die for her?
And what's wild on Kenji's part is at first he's like, what? And then the moment she goes, are you man enough to die for her? He goes, yes.
Okay, he's locked in. We're good.
Yeah. And she just gives him a very, very long stare, and then she laughs, and it's that just so fun, like, gentle laugh of hers with these big teeth, just so guileless. And she's like, congratulations, Natsuki. Also, here's a yukata with morning glories on it, which must be like almost a family flower because there are morning glories all over the estate.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is the equivalent of like a grandma giving you her old engagement ring to propose with type deal.
Or something. I'm not really sure, honestly, if she like had it prepared or if it was something she was planning on giving her anyway, or I don't know. But she's very much like, oh, the morning glory yukata, so it definitely seems like it's an heirloom regardless. Granny very formally is like, I am glad to meet you, Kenji, and does this super low formal bow, and Kenji is terrified and bows even lower and speaks more formally. Cut to, sorry about this. No. As Natsuki sort of explains, and Kenji's like, I can't do this. Muri. Zettai muri. It's like, okay, look, they have to think we're a couple. It's the easiest part-time job in the world.
Is it? Is it?
Kenji's like, I've never been on a date before with anyone. And Natsuki explains that her grandma was sick recently, and she panicked and said, you can't die before you meet my really awesome boyfriend.
And so that's why Kenji's here. We could just say we broke up after we leave.
It'll be fine. This never ends with anyone catching feelings.
No, never.
And she's like, great. So here's your backstory. You come from an old family. You're going to Tokyo U, which is basically the same vibe as saying that he's like going to an Ivy League school. She's like, you also just spent a year overseas in America.
제시카 외동딸 일리노이 시카고 과선배는 김치 먹고는 이사촌.
And Kenji's like, that's the opposite of me. None of those fit me.
And it's also like, I'm younger than you. Like, he's calling her Natsuki senpai. She's older. And then we have more family arriving. I love whenever you just have the family interacting casually as they arrive, as they greet each other. Just this big group of people who all know each other.
There's the contingent that's pulled off to watch baseball because one of the great grandkids is currently playing for Ueda High School, which is going to the championships, baby.
Yeah, it's like a high-stakes high school baseball game. They're so close to going to the national competition for their high school's first time in decades. His mom is always walking around the house in like a baseball jersey, which is so cute.
So cute.
She's so excited.
So mom, honestly.
She's really into this, like aggressively into it.
Oh, she's great. Because you have to have one auntie who's really into sports.
Yes.
There's a relative who's a doctor. Someone pulls up with a bunch of fishing supplies. He brought ice chests full of squid.
3 of them.
There's a cool guy in a motorcycle.
There's all the kids running around and doing various kid things, just swarming around people, nearly knocking people over.
Yeah, all the little cousins immediately become a small army of terror.
Yep, and of course there's a dog barking the whole time. This is just made by people who really adore the organized chaos of large families.
Yeah, this is a guy who, like, went to one of these and immediately started taking notes like an anthropologist.
Absolutely. And we cut to a big family dinner that evening. You see a brief shot of a handwritten family tree that Natsuki has made to try and help Kenji.
And then she starts pointing out everybody and naming them in rapid fire, while Kenji just looks like he's frazzled.
He's not retaining any of this and he knows it.
He is not retaining any of this. Everybody knows it.
I'll introduce everyone. First is Great Aunt Mariko from the main branch and her children Aunt Rika and Uncle Richi. Then here's Great Uncle Monsuke and Uncle Tatsuke, Aunt Naomi and Kiyomi, and Uncle Tatsuke's son Shota. Over here is Great Uncle Mansaku, who has 3 sons, each with their own families. Uncle Yorihiko's wife and Aunt Noriko. Uncle Kunihiko's wife, Aunt Nana. Uncle Katsuhiko's wife, Aunt Yumi. Aunt Yumi's children, Yuhei and Kyohei. Aunt Nana's daughter, Kana. And Aunt Noriko's children, Shingo and Mao. Got it?
And Kenji's like, yeah, sure.
And then they just, like, laugh, say, nice to meet you, and then they start passing around food and giving each other shit.
Yep.
Because they're a family. I love this dinner conversation.
This dinner conversation is so good.
As someone who, like, I come from a fairly small family, like, we don't do big reunions all that often. But, like, I've kind of been in Kenji's situation where I have sat down to dinner conversely with my husband's family, and it is all this big, loud rowdiness, and I'm like, oh, dinners can be fun.
Yeah, it can be just not quiet, like, hours of resentment.
And, like, you just sit there letting all of this gossip wash over you because you don't really know any of this, and yet they are roping you into it and making you feel like a co-conspirator. It's great.
Well, the thing that always really rang true to me about this, too, is that all of the logistics work is being done by the women, and they are a unified front.
Yes.
About getting this shit done.
Oh, yeah. Like, anytime you cut to the kitchen and there are always, like, at least 2 or 3 women who are cooking everything and cleaning everything and organizing everything, at least one person is, like, eating snacks at the counter.
And there's always at least one other person who's just there to gossip.
Yeah, it's so real. I love it.
It's so real. It's so good.
And so they're all gossiping about Kenji. There's a cop cousin Shota is going to come up a bit. He doesn't approve of Kenji. He doesn't like her. And everybody gives him shit about not liking Kenji.
He's like, Natsuki didn't even ask me permission. And then his mom goes, oh no.
How terrible.
How could she?
They're like, besides, the only person whose approval matters is Granny. And we cut to Granny, who is quietly eating at the head of the table, looking serene and dignified compared to this organized chaos everywhere else. She's like,
these are my children. I birthed them.
Kenji will make a wonderful addition to the family. My eyes never deceive me. The Jinochi clan has no need of mediocre men, not while there's family and town to protect. No need of mediocre men.
I like the word choice there of mediocre.
Mediocre.
Oh my god, we love a big, rowdy, and deeply matriarchal family.
Yes.
I love that, like, you know, there was a great-grandpa, but, like, especially if he frittered away all of their money, you get the feeling that this family has pretty much always revolved around great-grandma.
Yeah. Great-grandma is the one who's kept everything military straight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she outlived him by, I'm guessing, a lot.
It seems like it.
It seems like it, yes.
This is a man who's probably been dead for like 20 years.
Oh, yeah. And, like, she's the one who's still getting cards and everything. She's clearly the person who is, like, actually making connections and networking and being the power behind the family.
Yeah.
Speaking of military, actually, you do, of course, have the drunk uncle who gets loud and tells family history, except this is a 16-generation family, so his loud, rowdy family history stories are about the Jinochi clan and the Takeda army, which was from the late Heian era to the late 16th century.
Yeah. This is like my cousin Doug getting into like my grandparents and great-grandparents fighting in World War I and World War II, but like 16 times worse.
August 2nd, 1585, 2,000 Jinochi ancestors faced off against 7,000 of Tokugawa's combat elite. Someone chimes in with the next line of the story, and he's like, "That's right," and they all start clapping. Yay, we all know all of the old war stories from, it was in like the 17th century.
He's memorized these in excruciating detail. Some details are possibly made up at this point, but don't worry about it.
Oh, for sure.
Don't worry about it.
The fact that it's always 2,000, that the home team is always 2,000, that number never changes.
Oh, yeah. And like he tells multiple stories that involve 2,000 Ueda soldiers. We have this quiet scene after this dinner. It seems to be like the same night, maybe about an hour or so later, once everyone started eating. Natsuki is in the bath with all of the kids. Her job is now to make sure the young cousins actually bathe.
And don't just splash water at each other.
Yeah. And we find out that because Kenji calls his friend Sakuma, and it turns out that he basically lost a coin toss. Sakuma did, so Kenji got to go.
I think this specifically, the subtitles say rock, paper, scissors, but I don't
think
rock, paper, scissors is necessarily a thing in Japan, so I think that was just a translation choice.
Yeah, it is. Jankenpon.
It is? It
Yeah.
is? Okay, cool.
Yeah, Jankenpon.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, everybody got rock, paper, scissors. Hey there, Internet. Future Annie here, the Annie of tomorrow, not the little orphan one. Hi. Listen, sorry to cut in here, but I actually found out something really interesting after we recorded this episode. I looked up the origins of rock, paper, scissors because I was like, okay, well, where does that actually come from? And it turns out, actually, rock, paper, scissors is from Japan. The earliest version of rock, paper, scissors that we know of is actually something we learned about from a book from the Ming Dynasty over in China, who wrote that the game dated back to the Han Dynasty, which is like 206 BCE to 220 CE. So it's ridiculously old, eventually goes over to Japan, where they have enough variations of this that they call them Sansukumi-ken, which is games essentially meaning fist games where three are afraid of one another. So A beats B, B beats C, C beats A, that kind of thing. You know the type. There's a version called Mushi-ken, where is a frog, a snake, and a slug, and or a venomous centipede. Sometimes the slug and the centipede are swapped depending on the characters used against, apparently. There was a version called Kitsune-ken, which is a fox, a village head, and a hunter. But in a variation of the games introduced in the 17th century was Janken, which is where they get the rock, paper, and scissors signs. And that's actually where we get the modern rock, paper, scissors. This version, specifically the modern version of the game that we all use, came from Japan in the late 19th century between the Edo and Meiji periods. And, you know, that was at the time when Japan was opening its doors to a whole lot more trade from the other parts of the world. And so the game spread out from there to the rest of the world. But, like, that's why you see rock, paper, scissors used so much all the time, every day, in so many pieces of Japanese media. That's why we have the triangle system of weapons in Fire Emblem, and why we have our very basic bones, fire, water, and grass types in Pokemon. It's because not only does Japan have rock, paper, scissors, but it's from there, and that's so cool. I love this. This is like when I found out that horses are technically from North America, walked across the land bridge, died out in North America, and then were eventually reintroduced. I mean, I love this shit. I hope this excites you as much as it excited me. And now back to your regularly scheduled summies. Summies! Kenji hangs up the phone after talking to Sakuma and realizes that he has wandered in the house and he has no idea where he is. and happens upon some kid who is holed up in what looks like an old closet on a laptop.
This kid is me.
The one gamer nephew at the at the family reunion.
Oh yeah. We will later find out that this is Kazuma. He's kind of a hikikomori.
Yeah.
Mostly he just wants to play video games.
Also, the first time I saw Summer Wars, I pretty much thought Kazuma was a girl the whole time.
Same.
I was like, this is a little lesbian kid.
Yeah.
It took me so long to figure out that Kazuma was a little boy.
Yeah.
He is actually voiced by a woman too.
I choose to believe Kazuma is an egg.
Kazuma's definitely got some gender.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got some gender going on.
Androgynous gender presentation, really into an online world where you can be whoever you want to be. Yeah, it tracks.
Yeah.
And chooses to be a bunny?
Yeah, exactly. Kazuma's got some gender going on.
For simplicity's sake, Kazuma uses he, him in here, so.
Yeah.
But man, Kazuma's gonna have some thoughts later.
Yeah. Kazuma's gonna have so many thoughts later.
Kazuma gives Kenji directions back to the bathroom. There is a brief moment where he kind of glimpses Natsuki, who is fully covered up by a towel. It's not lecherous, but they're both super embarrassed and it's cute. He almost gets into the bath, but is shocked by two kids who blast out of the tub because they've been having a breath holding contest. Because these children are terrors and this is a big family. I love it.
Yes.
These children are nightmares, by the way.
They're terrible. They're just so lovingly terrible.
But they're perfect. I love them. I love them so much.
Afterwards, Kenji emerges back into the dining room where clearly a whole bunch of the adults have just hung around at the dinner table, not quite cleaning up, but maybe they've got out some snacks and they're still drinking, which again, family shit.
You will not get those adults out of that dining room for a while.
No.
Godspeed.
But someone else has shown up to the family reunion, someone the dog recognizes. And the family is completely and utterly tense as they're like, why are you here?
It's Wabasuke!
Of course! You gotta have the black sheep!
Yes!
So this is Wabisuke. Someone says he's a thief, that he's sneaking back in here after 10 years. And he's like, oh, why are you all here? Is it somebody's birthday? It couldn't be. Who? And it's Granny's birthday.
It's Granny's birthday.
She's like, Wabisuke? He's like, hey, old hag, I thought you'd be dead.
Jesus Christ.
She's like, oh, I figured you'd died in some gutter years ago. And then she pauses and asks,
are you hungry?
Have you eaten?
Because she's a grandma.
Yes, and she's a fucking good grandma.
Yeah! But he refuses the food, but does pour himself some beer and talks about how much Japan sucks, but at least the beer is good. Natsuki enters and is like, oh, Uncle Wabisuke! And tackles him into a hug, which breaks the tension.
Yep.
And later, kitchen gossip.
Because, of course, you gotta
have the kitchen gossip. One of the daughters-in-law is like, hold up, who the hell's Wabisuke?
And the others explain that he was great-grandfather's illegitimate son, born from an affair, and adopted into the family by great-grandma.
I do love that, they managed to deliver exposition in such a way where, here's the thing about family gossip. This lore dump happens in real life.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you will be at the family reunion, you will see someone you don't recognize, and you'll be like, oh, who's that? Is that old man next to her dad? And then they'll be like, oh no, that's not her dad, that's her boyfriend. You want to hear about it? And you'll hear about it.
Especially if it's salacious. They're like,
oh, yeah.
all right, listen.
We have all of the details start to finish.
And not only is Wabisuke a bastard son adopted into the family, also, do that math. If this guy is great-grandpa's illegitimate son and he looks like he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
That was pretty late in life, Grandpa.
Yeah, Grampy.
Yeah, Grandpa, that was pretty late in the game to be fucking around.
Especially on your warrior wife.
Yeah, why would you cheat on her?
Maybe Grandpa did not meet natural ends. We don't know.
We don't know how great-grandpa died.
Maybe he got with the naginata. We know she knows how to use it.
Yeah.
They also say that not only is he an illegitimate son, but they also say that he sold what little property Grandma had left and used that money to f*** off to America.
What a piece of shit.
He's awful. Let me tell you everything about him. I hate him so much.
We have an itemized list of all this man's character flaws. You will hear about it.
Here's an itemized list of 30 years of disagreements.
Sweet Jesus.
And of course, this gossip has to happen in the kitchen. That's where the good gossip happens.
That's where the goss happens.
That is where the good gossip has to happen.
We cut back out to that main dining area where Natsuki is playing Hanafuda Koi Koi with Wabisuke as Kenji is desperately trying to read this little folded piece of paper with the rules of this game. Just as a quick explainer, because yes, I am that weeb who is like, what is this game? Let's learn how to play, husband, afterwards. So, Hanafuda Koi Koi is a trick-taking game. You play them with Hanafuda cards, which are the cards that you see in the game. Incidentally, this is what Nintendo manufactured for so many years before eventually getting into video games. It's part of why Nintendo is such an old company. You can find it in pretty much any Yakuza or Like a Dragon game. Also in Nintendo's Clubhouse Games collection. The big thing to know that you'll need for this movie about how this works is that there's a betting element. The round is over once someone scores, and there's a rule that if you score a trick or a suit or a run of cards based on different point values, you can call koi koi, which basically means that if your opponent accepts, the round continues, and the next person to score gets their score doubled. That person can then also call koi koi to keep the game going, increase the point value again, and the round ends when someone scores and folds to end the round instead of calling koi koi. It's kind of a double or nothing scenario. While they're playing this game that Kenji is desperately trying to understand the rules to, Natsuki just goes on autopilot talking to Wabisuke, being like, so are you married? Do you have a girlfriend? Can I go to America? And when I go to America, let's visit both Disney resorts and then I can hang out at your apartment in the meantime. And then she calls koi koi on a really high scoring hand, but Wabisuke decides to just go out on a low scoring hand and takes the round so he doesn't have to give up any information to Natsuki. And then leaves. And he's like, oh, Kenji, you play. And he's like, okay. And Natsuki instead just runs off with Wabisuke.
So yeah, there's a bit of a crush happening there, and I think the relation is distant enough there that it's not, like, extremely bad.
Oh, a lesson in not changing history from Mr. I'm my own grandpa.
If Wabisuke's been gone for 10 years, this is a bit of a crush, and it's also kind of a, this is my cool older cousin. Holy shit, he's so cool.
My cousin is so rad.
Yeah, he's just so cool. And also, I don't know him at all. I guess he's technically my great uncle. This is like when I try to figure out, Mackenzie, which one of your cousins are like your cousins and which one of your nieces or nephew or which one of you are like your second cousins, because you have this whole gaggle of like younger kids.
I do.
Oh God, they're not kids anymore though.
African families have the right idea. Everyone's either an auntie, an uncle, or a cousin.
It's so smart.
I have one cousin who's so young, I call her my niece. It just makes it easier.
So that night, Kenji is feeling really stupid about being here. But thank God he gets a weird email with a math problem on it to distract him.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Like, he solves this almost compulsively.
Yeah, he's like, oh, thank God, a math problem.
He's desperate for anything to distract him from this weird family situation with a fake boyfriend. But thank God there's a 2,000 character math problem. He's like, oh my God, fine. And he starts frantically writing pages and pages and pages and pages and pages in a math puzzle fugue state. For hours.
Someone just basically sent him a whole Doom wad in base 64, and he's like, yeah, I'll solve this.
Yeah! And he finally sends it as dawn starts to approach. You see, like, the morning glories start opening, and then he sends it off, and then he gets a weird email back that's like, thank you, and has a present that counts down to a Jack-in-the-Box with a pop that vibrates his whole phone. He must get back to sleep, because he's woken up later on by a bunch of the kids.
By the children.
Yeah, get up, criminal!
We found you, criminal scum!
These tiny, terrible children.
Which is really just how tiny younger cousins could wake you up anyway, really.
It's true.
Yeah, regardless of whether you've done anything.
But he has, apparently, because he gets dressed and the children drag him by hand to the one TV in the house where the news is on.
And the news shows Kenji's face, eyes blocked out.
This is who's behind this massive cyber attack.
Why are the eyes blocked out? If they have this photo, why are the eyes censored?
That one is actually a legal thing about representing minors or even naming them on Japanese TV. Or in newspapers, it's why minors are always referred to as like A-kun or B-kun.
Yeah.
But I love that it is lampshading this by being like, even if you black out the eyes, it's so obviously him.
Yeah.
No one is fooled.
This is a very sarcastic representation of a real rule, then.
Yes. Privacy laws are such that they'll usually like blur out a face or put like black bars over the eyes or have like a voice modulator or something. But like, no, this is like, it's dumb. We all know it's him. It's so obvious that it's him. These children have noticed. This baby-faced boy hacked into the Oz maintenance server and turned the whole place on its head. And let's see what it looks like when Oz is hacked.
And Kenji's like, what? What? I didn't do that, what?
Yeah, apparently Oz, when it's been hacked, just has a bunch of crayon drawings all over it.
Like child's graffiti? I kind of love it. There's also a bunch of stuff that's out of these like big shelves that represent, you know, different like websites and servers and whatever that are all out of sorts. It's neat the way they represent this as something very easy to parse as disarray. We see Kenji's mouse kid avatar, but his face is messed up and he's wearing a cape. Kenji, meanwhile, hears some adults being like, hey, breakfast is ready, kids, and then desperately tries to turn the TV off while the kids try to turn the TV back on.
He finally figures out to unplug the TV.
And he discovers that his Oz account has been hacked.
He can't get back in.
He can't get back in. I better find that kid with the computer.
So he goes desperately searching for the kid with computer.
He finds Kazuma, who's like, oh, hey, did you f*** up Oz? Is this you? And what I love is that Kenji can't use his cell phone to call Oz support about his account being hacked because his account has been hacked and can't be verified.
Yeah, which, again, that's pretty true to life.
True to fucking life. Oh my god.
That's so real.
I can't count you.
Hey, can you help me with my account? Well, why don't you log into your account? I can't. That's what I need your help with. We'll log into your account. We'll help you.
I have done that so many times. It's goddamn
so many times.
Fucking internet provider who's like, we can only help you if you log in. I can't. That's why I need help.
It's the realest catch-22. One of the women in the family comes by with like, hey, Kenji, you have a landline call from Tokyo?
Even in 2009, a landline call was like a very much an old person thing.
And it turns out it's its friend Sakuma, the other guy who's doing the maintenance stuff. And he's like, hey, everyone's admin passwords have been changed. Last night, there was a weird email that popped up all over Oz with Oz's 2056-digit security algorithm that's supposed to be impossible to decrypt, but somebody punched through it in a single night. And Kenji's like, oh no, I did math for evil.
So I'm admittedly not an encryption expert or even a person who necessarily knows a lot about computers. 2056 doesn't seem like enough.
Isn't that the number of like 2056? That's one of those numbers in something. I swear that's one of those significant numbers for like storage or a number of bits for something.
Yeah, numbers in computer science when it comes to like storage and things like that are usually always like functionally Fibonacci numbers, but effectively multiples of 8 in most cases.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 1024, 2056, etc.
Kenji's like, I did math for evil. And Sakuma's like, it's fine. I made you a guest account based on that landline phone number I called. Here's an avatar. It's a fucked up little squirrel. I love that he just made him a dopey little squirrel guy.
A dumb little squirrel guy. So Kenji goes in and it's like, this is me! He stole my identity!
Which is such a great tactic, Kenji.
The virus does this creepy little
noise.
Yeah, it gets this big toothy grin and starts laughing, and suddenly all these accounts floating around it also get that toothy grin and start laughing. And Kenji's old account, its head turns solid gray and gets a red heart on its forehead.
Yep.
And then he just punches Kenji's avatar in the face.
Several times. And then that's when we get the Kazuma reveal. Because he's like, get out of the way! You're sucking at this! Out of my way!
All of Oz is a PvP zone now!
They just switched on PvP for everywhere.
And then, like, the kid sitting next to him, Kazuma, like, gets back onto his own account and...
There's not one person in the world that's ever helped me.
Fuck on! It's King Cosmo with a steel chair!
Slamming down on the virus's head.
And this is the part where you're really like, oh yeah, he did sure make Digimon movies, didn't he? It's this big, like a rabbit just kicks the shit out of this little mouse guy, and they engage in this big aerial battle over Oz's servers that just, it's so fun and dynamic. It's also very much one of those, like, we are showing off animation moments.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, King Cosma, the punch rabbit, gets him into a headlock, but then, well, it's a big family house, and there are horrible children in it.
There are horrible children, and the horrible children have detected that there's something serious going on, so they need to f*** it up.
The number of times a major turning point in this movie happens because someone in this house is being terrible and f***ing it up.
Very real. Just, we're trying to do something serious. Great.
Great.
I'm a horrible child, or I'm a belligerent cousin, or I'm a busy auntie. What are you doing? Turn off the Nintendo.
Yeah. Turn off the Nintendo. You don't need to save. Come out here.
A couple of kids are like, we found the criminal, arrest him, and start tackling Kenji, which means that Cosma is distracted long enough that the virus avatar can wriggle out of the headlock and then starts catching and literally eating avatars.
Yeah, I guess it's implied that this is the little horrible Mickey Mouse thing taking over their accounts, but it sure just looks like they're getting eaten.
Oh yeah, he gets this wheel that appears behind him with these pictures of the avatars that he is now consumed and therefore, like, taken the account. And then he's, like, reformats into a big, beefy, shirtless guy covered in circuitry tattoos with a big mask with a creepy teeth grin and a big heart on the forehead.
Digimon, digital monsters.
He evolved into better Diaboromon.
Digimon are our champions.
His character looks like someone started drawing it and never stopped.
Oh my god, right? You know, they are the champions.
They are the champions.
You gotta make champion into 2 syllables. I don't know what to tell you. Champion.
Make it work.
Make it work. And then they start fighting again. And King Cosma is pushed back. And of course, the horrible children are like, oh my god, what's that? Can I play?
Can I play? I want to play. Let me play. Let me play. Let me play. Hey, 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 hey. Can I touch this? Can I touch this? Can I touch this? What if I poke this button? Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, I want your controller. Hey, what's on the keyboard? Hey, let me play. Let me play. Hey, Mom said it's my turn.
Hey, what if I poke this button? Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, hey. And that distracts Kazuma long enough for the virus to KO the rabbit, which I guess gives him the title for Oz martial arts champion. Kenji's weird little squirrel manages to escape with Kazuma's avatar by pulling the old, oh my god, what's that over there?
Just running away. I think with even little scurrying footstep noises from a cartoon on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love the weird cartoon blurrings of how the computer works. It doesn't really make sense, but I love that it doesn't.
It's fun to watch, even if you shouldn't think too hard about what that actually translates to in terms of game mechanics.
Absolutely. So meanwhile, the family is still trying to have a grandma birthday over here. And Natsuki is strumming a ukulele while a lot of the aunties and uncles practice singing happy birthday in English, which it's obviously like none of them really speak a whole lot of English, so they're just kind of reading the sounds out.
So, fun fact, this movie was distributed by Warner Brothers. In 2009, Warner Brothers had exclusive rights to the Happy Birthday song.
Oh, is that how they did that?
Yeah, up until fairly recently, like 10 years ago, if you wanted to put the Happy Birthday song in your movie, you had to shell out money to Warner Brothers.
Oh, yeah, no, I know that, like, Happy Birthday, you absolutely had to license that, but if they managed to distribute for Warner Brothers, that would make sense for the quick Happy Birthday.
So they just got Happy Birthday as a freebie as a result of that deal.
And while the family is practicing Happy Birthday, Wabisuke's sulking off to the side being the cool loner. And you can tell he's been in America because he's got an early iPhone in the year 2009, which is very funny because this is the era in which most of Japan still has really, really good flip phones. They wouldn't make the switch to, like, the full brick smartphones for a while yet. And it's just so clearly an early iPhone. He even, like, swipes out of an app and it does the same animation that early iPhones used to do of how the apps sort of re-enter the page.
Yeah, we later see his home screen, and that's the iPhone home screen.
Yeah, it's just the globe. Another moment of like, oh yeah, this is a big family, because a young kid runs up to him and is like, hey, Uncle Wabisuke, what are you looking at?
Ladies with big boobs.
What was your job in America?
Ninja.
The age-old tradition of just lying to children.
Just lying with a straight face to children.
Just lie with a straight face to the children.
We catch up with the kid. Sakuma over the phone says that he has found out that the account gobbler isn't a human. It is an AI that was designed for hacking at a, quote, robotics school in Pittsburgh. That's right. It's Carnegie Mellon's fault.
This is why I made the comparison to Stuxnet, because I'm not sure if it was ever confirmed, but the leading theory was that Stuxnet was developed by the US military before it got sicked on a bunch of, like, I want to say Iranian power plants?
Well, this one's from Carnegie Mellon first. And we also find out that it's called Love Machine, and someone else is like, what, like the song? Turns out, yeah, it's just called Love Machine. And I mean, that's not like a translation. It is said in katakana, love machine. And that's why it has the heart on its head.
I choose to believe that this is because of the worm in the early 2000s, love bug.
Oh, you know, that's probably it, honestly.
I remember being warned about that all the time.
Right. God, I forgot about that. And we cut back over to lunch where the family is all frozen, staring at the TV.
As everybody finally sees.
And they're like, that picture with the black bar over the eyes is very obviously Kenji. Some of the aunties enter talking about Cousin Ryohei's team making it to nationals for the baseball team, but then they also stop short when they see Kenji's picture on TV, and Natsuki is there, and from one side of the yard jets up one of Natsuki's aunties, and on the other side of the yard comes cop cousin Shota, and they are both yelling about Kenji. Natsuki, your boyfriend's a con artist. He's not from an old family, she says, hefting this big book. His dad's a random office worker. I checked the registry. Tokyo U is a lie. He's younger than you are. He never studied abroad. He probably can't even find the U.S. on a map.
Just went to this whole private investigator, like background check on this guy.
I love that this is probably what happens to literally everyone, because she has no reason prior to this to be suspicious. She didn't see the news alert.
No, this is just a routine check.
This is a routine check.
Yeah.
She does this to everybody.
And I also love that Natsuki did not see that coming at all. And meanwhile, cop cousin Shota is like, where's your liar boyfriend? We got a fax down at the police station of his face. Look. And Natsuki's like, Granny, help.
Granny!
And Granny shrugs and takes a drink. Also, hey, by the way, guys, speaking of the news, gosh, hey, here's a quick update. Oh, let me see. What do I have here? Oh, yes, the Arawashi asteroid probe failed to release its capsule as planned.
That's so weird.
Well, that probably won't be relevant later. Back to you, Bob.
It won't be.
That's probably fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's probably fine.
Don't worry about it.
Meanwhile, Kazuma lost a fight in Oz and is now getting just roasted online.
Oh, yeah. As is the way of online.
L plus ratio plus no bitches plus no hoe.
Is that a real equation?
The audience immediately turns on you. And Kenji's like, oh, it's just a game. And Cosmo's like, it's a sport. Games are for people who don't care enough.
Jesus Christ, this kid's intense.
All right, intense middle schooler, chill out. And Cosmo is like, but I get the feeling Love Machine is different. It likes games. It likes to play. Gosh, it's weird that this has happened twice.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Starting to sound a little familiar, isn't it?
But we can't linger on that our war game thing because the whole family bursts into the closet to yell at Kenji.
Yep.
They're all shoving in so hard they fall over. It's great.
It's great. There's family drama. They all want to be there.
We cut to cousin Ryohei giving an interview about the Ueda High baseball championships, and the whole baseball team is like, yeah! And
baseball mom has been completely separated from all of this because she's just watching this.
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, that's my boy! Hey, what are you guys doing? Because Natsuki's grandma, Granny's daughter, is chewing out Natsuki and Kenji while Granny watches from the side. Also, why did you come up with this whole cockamamie backstory for Kenji? That's ridiculous. Why, studying at Tokyo U, being from an old family, going overseas to study. Hey, there goes Wabisuke. Hey, wait a minute! He's just like over in the other room.
Yeah, so Natsuki just starts going completely red.
She like rolls on the ground. It's just like, please kill me. This is the worst. I'm like, oh yeah, Natsuki had a huge crush when she was little. And then Shota's like, wait a minute. This is the wrong problem. He's a criminal. And they're like, Shota, why don't you just arrest him? And he's like, oh yeah.
Shota forgot he's a cop.
Because all of the women in the family were busy, and he knows to listen to the women in the family.
Man has no initiative on his own.
And Granny, who's still just calmly sipping her tea, is just like, Kenji, was that you on TV? I don't know what kind of mischief they're talking about. Was that really you in the photograph? And Shota puts handcuffs on Kenji, and Kenji just drags him over to Granny to politely talk to her.
Yes! That's another one of my favorite scenes, because Kenji goes over there, explains that yes, that was him in the picture. No, he did not do what they say he did, but he's going to go willingly with Shota. Thank you for giving him such an amazing time. He only has his mom and his dad, and they're both so busy that he's never really had a family experience like this, and it was amazing. Thank you, everyone, for being so kind to him. He appreciates it. Thank you so much. It was good to meet all of you. And the family all goes, it was good to meet you too.
And then he gets dragged off.
I love that Shota tries to interrupt this, and Granny's just like, be quiet.
Do not interrupt Granny.
Granny is talking to the young man. Oh, and I love that. I love Kenji just being like, just sitting down and eating dinner with a big boisterous family was so nice.
Yeah.
And also that's probably the part where the camera just turns to look at the Japanese birth rates, and it's like, you should have a big family. Wouldn't it be great if you had a big boisterous family? You could do that. You could have multiple kids if you want. You could do that.
You can do it.
What do you mean with what money?
Why didn't you just get rich in the silk industry during the Meiji era? Then we have this really interesting sequence as we cut between Oz and the real world as Love Machine takes this key off of a massive key ring, fits it into a lock, and gets into the infrastructure architecture for, as we have been told, basically everything in the real world that is hooked up to the internet.
Yes, and again, not that far-fetched when you realize how many government departments use either Google or Microsoft accounts for basically everything.
Right, this is basically like something hacking into Amazon Web Services, which most of the internet is built on these days.
It's happened so many times whenever it's just gone down.
Yeah. And we are getting this intercut with cop cousin Shota trying to drive Kenji into the city, but there is traffic. All the traffic lights are starting to mess up. We get these visual representations of Love Machine getting into the system of almost like he's reshuffling cards that have road intersections to mess up the traffic. He's throwing down dominoes that all look like they have bits of code on them to mess things up. As this happens, every single adult family member of the Jinochi family start getting phone calls from relatives who can't make it to the reunion.
Because they're stuck in traffic, because congestion's really bad, because the traffic lights aren't working, or they work for the fire department and they keep getting called to seniors' homes and fires that aren't actually happening, or...
The municipal water system, there's a water main pressure acting up. Streets are flooding. The gas and power lines could be in danger soon. You see Natsuki's parents actually are stuck in so much traffic. Planes are down. There are tons of bogus calls. A boat's at the wrong port. Nagoya's a mess. Sendai's a mess.
You remember when the CrowdStrike thing happened and a whole bunch of planes got grounded as a result because it took out all the computers that were running on the airline booking systems?
And boy, back at the baseball game, pitcher Ryohei at Jinochi is in a tough spot.
Tough spot, and he's stressed.
We're going to keep cutting back to the baseball game, which is very cute to have some of those announcements also line up to the problems the family is having. I like that kind of device when it gets used.
Oh yeah, it's so cute.
And meanwhile, cop cousin Shota is still in traffic until Natsuki with the uncle with a cool motorcycle arrive to bring them home because there is a traffic jam 60 kilometers long.
Jesus Christ.
People are just abandoning their cars.
And honestly, at this point, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? They all pile back. They're sitting 2 people to a sidecar and Natsuki on the back of the motorcycle with her uncle as they drive back to the house. And people keep seeing Kenji and being like, why are you back here? And he's like, sorry, excuse me.
We thought you left.
There was traffic.
Some of them aren't even necessarily not happy to see him. They're just surprised that he's here.
Yeah, and he just keeps sorry for imposing. Thank you. Excuse me. So they go back to Kazuma's laptop and hunch over it where Sakumo's yeah, Love Machine did this. Basically, he explains that because everything is so integrated in Oz, if you take over the account of someone who has admin permissions to a government system, then you get the access to that government system.
Again, so much government infrastructure worldwide is just run through Microsoft or Amazon or Google.
Yeah.
To the point where the US government was able to shut down the South African government's access to Outlook and functionally cripple it.
They explain that Oz also currently has 1 billion registered users, so that's an eighth of the world. And there are tons of institution accounts. And he's like, oh, maybe it even grabs the president's account and fires a couple of nukes. Turn to look at the camera. How'd that go for Digimon? That went fine, right?
That was probably... You can just drop a nuke into Tokyo Bay. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It works out fine.
Don't worry about it.
It's not a problem.
We have many, many Godzilla movies talking about how it's totally fine to drop nukes in the ocean. Nothing bad happens.
Nothing bad is going to happen.
And the news on TV reports that these problems are happening all over Japan. And we see Granny watching the TV, a hard look on her face, her arms crossed, and she's like, this isn't just some computer problem. It's more like a war. People are going to die if we just sit around on our hands. And she goes to her office, picks up her rotary dial phone, and starts making calls.
The only way I could have loved this more is if she were dialing it with a cigarette holder.
Oh my god, it's such a good scene.
This is my favorite scene in the movie.
Yes, it's so good.
Oh my god, okay. So first she calls the cousin who's an EMT, and he's like, how did you call the ambulance? How did you get this number? And she's like, go check on as many senior citizens as you can.
She then calls the firefighter and tells him, don't lose heart. Show the world the Jinochi spirit.
She calls the cousin who's on I had to look this up, the disaster relief team, and is like, this is a war. Granny's gonna do her part.
And then she gets out this black address book
and starts going through it.
Yeah, you know all those people who have been sending her cards for New Year's every year?
She is calling on all of them.
She's like, oh, hey, I know we haven't talked since the funeral, but we both served the Takeda back in the day. So I want to know, how's the ministry responding to this mess?
You haven't done anything yet? Get off your ass!
She calls someone else, like, now be a dear and call up as many medical professionals as you can to assist the fire department. Even the retired people will help. That nonprofit your idiot son set up as a tax shelter should actually help people for once.
Oh, God. And we cut briefly back to the family, and they're talking about Granny, quote, cheering all these people up. I'm not sure I'd call this cheering them up. I would call this haranguing them into being productive.
The most important thing is that people keep the lines of communication open like they did back in the day.
Oh, well, of course it's your decision. We'll need help, and that'll be expensive, but people's lives can't be replaced.
Oh, heavens. Just considered an old woman's humble request.
Oh, please. That's all water under the bridge by now, right? I mean, it's been over 50 years since I punched you.
That's my favorite line. That's my favorite one.
That's so great.
That's so great. And it shows a picture of Granny when she was young in a kimono glaring at the camera, just ready to punch you.
She's got that same hard look. It's great.
It's so good.
Yeah, that tells like a whole story about the kind of person she was.
Look, thousands of people need your help. If you're not going to rise to the occasion now, when will you?
Don't you ever give up. If you remember nothing else, remember that.
I'm asking because this is something only you can do.
I'm sure you'll do just fine.
I believe in you.
You betcha you can.
Yes, that's the spirit.
No, I'm not hard of hearing. If you bother to put in your dentures and enunciate, I would have heard you the first time.
And there's a point where Cousin Shota's also like, she's talking to my boss, the police commissioner. Granny knows everybody, and she's making sure everybody's doing their part.
Oh my god, it's awesome. It's like not only is she haranguing them, but she's also like, you can do this. I know you can.
Get off your ass and do it, though.
Meanwhile, Kenji takes heart from this and, with Sakuma's help, types in a nonsense password that pulls up this caution screen on Oz followed by a code. And it's another one of those 2,000 character algorithms. And as Kenji starts to work and decode this, we get this montage of response workers giving aid, and slowly around Love Machine and Oz, everything he put into disarray is slowly starting to reorganize and put itself back together. And Kenji unlocks the code after a while, restores admin access, and things start going right again.
And Love Machine is watching all this happen with a mildly perplexed look.
And it, looks up this registry, I think, of phone calls or people that are connected to some of these government offices or something, and he zeroes in on this list of family crests, and then we see that same family crest embroidered on the back of Granny's yukata.
Yep.
We also find out that 55 people around the world broke the code last night, and Kenji isn't even actually on the list because he made a typo.
He was typing on a T4 keyboard. Give him a break.
And the password was, the magic words are squeamish ossifrage. To know is to know that you know nothing. That is the true meaning of knowledge. Except Kenji typed knowledge quo.
I don't even know how you make that typo on a phone keyboard.
You know, you just change the group chat to that and ask if the Grink was there.
Yeah, the name of Kenji's group chat from here until infinity is going to be Knowledge Quo.
So he's not even a criminal remotely, but it's just that everyone who answered the email got their account hacked, right answer or not. And so everything seems like it's getting back to normal. It's definitely going to be fine now. Ueda High won their game and they're going to nationals or something. Or maybe they're going to the next series. I'm not quite worrying about it. But a bunch of the first responder cousins all made it, who are like these three brothers that are like the EMT, the disaster relief guy, and the firefighter. That's right, Shota's the only cop and he sucks.
Yeah, it is worth pointing out all of these guys are bigger and better looking than Shota.
Yeah. Also, I think 2 of them might be twins.
Or something.
Yeah. They all look very similar.
They all look very similar.
All 3 of them look very similar.
They could be twins with like a very similar brother, or maybe they're just all those kinds of siblings that all end up looking almost exactly alike.
Oh, yeah. So everyone's around the dinner table again, all of this rowdy chaos as everybody's laughing and drinking, and they're like, everything would have gone to hell without Granny, and she's just demurely sipping her beer. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but she lets them top off her drink. But she also says, Kenji, you worked very hard today. Congratulations. The family, clinks glasses and hands him food. And Kenji has been fed now. He is family.
There's no escaping now.
You are now family, Kenji. You will marry somebody and join it.
But there's still a problem because there are 2 million Japanese accounts that are still hacked. And Kazuma is like, Kazuma, who, by the way, has joined the family, but is still sitting there with his laptop, because of course he is like, Love Machine hasn't been beaten yet. He explains that it's an AI, that Love Machine is hacking accounts, that they have to stop it. And meanwhile, from across the room in a corner where, of course, Wabisuke is drinking as a sullen loner, is like, you can't stop it. I programmed it. And Wabisuke says he developed an AI tailor-made for hacking. As we cut to Love Machine beating up more avatars, and I think as he beats them up, one of them gives a Howie scream.
Yeah, there's a Howie scream in there.
Yeah, Lucas, can you give us a Howie scream?
From the Serial Mom episode.
And it absorbs those accounts into its wheel, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger as Wabisuke is like, I developed an AI with a desire to learn. Then the US military offered to buy it, but they wanted it to have a test run first, so I guess the government set it loose in Oz. Which sounds like the kind of shit they'd pull, yeah.
Yeah, it does sound.
Not outside the realm of possibility, considering shit they've pulled in the past. Every 10 years, the CIA releases a bunch more files that just say, yeah, we did it. What are you going to do about it?
He says it's operating on instinct, gathering information and user privileges around the globe. It's as strong as a 1,000,000-man army now. And the family is like, all the first responders who were busy keeping everything safe today, by the way, are like, do you know how many people were affected by this? And he's like, I just programmed it. Blame Love Machine. It's not my fault.
I mean, there is another person that you could potentially blame here, or let's say another organization.
Yep.
Yeah, but they can't punch that one in the face right now, can they?
Not with that attitude.
And they're like, hey, don't fight in front of Granny. And Wabisuke seems to almost remember Granny is there as she has stood up and is staring at him. And he's like, Granny, you understand, don't you? Like, oh, it's not my fault. I'm sorry it's been so much trouble. I've been working hard. I wanted you to be proud of me. And Granny's mouth falls open. And he's like, see, here's what I was looking at my phone earlier. The U.S. Army is going to buy Love Machine. We'll have more money than we ever did when Gramps was alive. And I never could have done it without you, because you gave me the money to fund my project every step of the way. Because the rest of the family thought he sold all that property and basically stole it from Granny, but no, she gave him the money to go to America. And Granny is horrified and then swiftly turns around, marching in those very small steps that you have to do when you are wearing a yukata like that, goes over to the weapons, calmly grabs a naginata out of a pot, and comes at him.
And she knows how to use that thing.
She knows how to use that fucking naginata.
Because she's a proper lady.
And this is with full intent. Her goal here is to kill him.
Yeah. The look in her eye is murderous. And I love this with this traditional yukata, right? Because the naginata is traditionally a woman's weapon because it's great against a sword and is often used by the woman of family to defend the home. That was the whole idea about how the naginata was used in older families. And she is driving back what she is now considering an invader across the room, upending the dining table, and points it at his throat and yells, "On your feet and die like a man!"
He's terrified for his life. He's scrambling backwards, knocking shit over.
You remember when they were like, Granny's a little scary?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why.
This is why.
Oh my god. I love Granny so much.
Granny is so good.
Granny will kill a bitch.
Wabisuke takes the Naginata blade in his hand and holds it up and pushes it back and says, I never should have come back. And he just leaves. He leaves the whole house. And Granny watches it go and she's like, all right, everybody. A family tends to its own messes and this one is no different. God, Granny's great.
She's so good.
God, she's good.
What I kind of love about the back half of this movie is that it acknowledges that, like, in a situation of crisis where everything starts to just kind of fall apart, wherever you happened to be when it started is just kind of where you are for the foreseeable future. Like, whether or not you want to be there. So in addition to all of the people who are tackling the crisis, there's just a whole lot of other people who are there because there's nowhere else they can be right now.
Oh, yeah. And I also love that, like, because of that, or perhaps in spite of it, there are going to be other goals going on. Life still has to continue even when there is a crisis at hand. Because what else can you do?
Still gotta have fucking dinner. You still gotta eat.
Everyone picks up at the dinner table, and Natsuki just sulks and walks back to her room with her head bowed and tells Kenji to leave her alone when he tries to follow her and ask what's up. And so she goes, but Kenji turns around and notices Granny is beckoning him from around the corner because, oh, she's 89 years old, and that was a lot. He helped her back to her office. Her legs gave out a bit, and she's like, thank you. Have you ever played Hanafuda? And deals him in over the Go table as they play a bit and they have conversation. And I love that this is one of those things, like we've seen this twice, of the family just plays cards to talk.
Yeah, they're just kind of doing a thing. She wants to make a bet with him.
Yeah, she's like, all right, first off, sorry for the family drama. Sorry for Natsuki's foolishness with this whole fake boyfriend plot. So let's make a bet, though. If I win, what do I get for my troubles? It doesn't pack much of a punch if you can't make a wager. So if I win, you have to promise to take good care of Natsuki. And Kenji's like, I don't really believe in myself. But then Granny says the same thing that she's been saying all day on the phone. I believe in you.
Granny!
She's so great. And Kenji, like, tries to respond several times and then finally mumbles, I'll try. That's the best I can do. And she wins and then just starts that big, genuine laugh with just two teeth.
Just a big, genuine laugh with a big, genuine smile.
That night, Kenji tries to sleep. By the way, there is a wind chime that is playing throughout this short scene here. Sorry I called that a Kazeturn before. Not my best showing of not actually checking to see what it was called. My bad.
Is that all the way back in the Garzy's Wing episode?
No, that was all the way back in The Grudge. That was The Grudge.
Grudge, yeah.
Yeah, it is a Furin, my bad. But he's woken up in the early dawn by the family dog barking, and there's just this feeling that something is wrong. The sound is different. Something has fundamentally changed.
Something is not correct. And so he gets up, and the whole family has gathered in Granny's room.
Granny's son, who is the doctor of the family, is checking things. The EMT cousin is doing chest compressions. And everyone is yelling, begging Granny to wake up until there's just silence. And the doctor calls the time of death at 5:21 a.m.
And Natsuki begs him to keep drawing, but he...
Oh, yeah, God. The fact that the family just begs, keep going, please, please, please.
Yeah.
It's fuck. And we later see the doctor, Grandpa, who says that she had angina.
He had a little medical alert that would tell him if there were problems so he could catch it early, but it didn't go off because of the Oz situation.
Because Oz was down.
Yeah. Also, there is a bit within this whole scene where a baby starts crying elsewhere in the house.
Yes!
And the baby's mom has to... Because that's what happens surrounding death. It's your world is ending and there's still this shit you gotta do.
Yeah, the world's still turning.
Life keeps going. And I love that it is specifically a baby who is nursing. We even see the baby nursing as the whole family is grieving because life keeps happening and it doesn't stop. I also really like that one of the family members draws that line and says, so if Oz wasn't down, she would still be alive. And the doctor, her son, just exhales on a cigarette and it's like, I don't know, maybe it was just her time. I like that the characters will act like this was directly related, but the medical professional isn't so sure that it's that clean.
She was an old woman. It's possible this was when she was meant to go.
She also did wave that naginata around last night.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did. Did Stuxnet kill this 89-year-old woman, or was she just 89 years old?
And they're like, well, the only person that we know that could change this Oz thing that could help is Wabisuke. We don't know where he went. We didn't even have his phone number. Then we just have this shot that is this silent pan of families grieving in their own way, dealing with this as the mourning goes on. Parents with children, sisters with brothers. We see Cosma with his mother, who is deeply pregnant. And we pan to Natsuki, who is sitting basically just on the porch, staring out, tears forming in shock. And Kenji sits with her and she says, just hold me right here. She holds out her pinky. And as she just gets that human contact, she starts sobbing. And there's this beautiful little shot of animation as the pinky hold turns into a hand over a hand, turns into interlaced fingers as Natsuki's tense against his. And she just wails.
Yeah. One of the things I really appreciate about this movie is that a lot of animated movies kind of rely on the emotion to live in the voice acting. And as a result, the voice acting has to be over the top to make up for the fact that the animation's not doing that job. A lot of the emotion in this movie lives in the animation.
This is a very lovingly crafted film.
Yeah, and it's also, like, not even just necessarily in the animation and the voice acting, but just in, like, the silence that's around her crying.
Yes.
It's only her crying. It's dead silent. It was dead silent as it kind of panned over the family members, other than the quiet, very dim, almost like padded sounds, as if they're not coming through all the way because you can barely hear everybody because the brain's reeling.
Yep.
Yeah, and also just the way that Natsuki is sobbing is that very real, very almost childish kind of wailing that you're only doing when you're just crying as hard as you possibly can. Honestly, even outside of this scene, there are so many small animations. The show Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken, which is about animation as a love letter to the industry and a hate letter to the industry as well. Talks about there's this concept of the small bits of animation that are deeply personal, just in little shots to people who love wanting to bring this life and realism to these simple shots. And a lot of it is in like the way that Kenji holds Natsuki's hand. There's also just a ton of it throughout the film of like just the way that Kenji's eyes dart all around the room in very purposeful, real ways when he is nervous and trying to think of what to say. Like, there are so many small bits of realism, not just in the staging of when the characters gossip, how they speak, but also just in the ways in which they are animated that is so lovingly done.
For all this is a very plot-heavy movie, the emotion gets a lot of room to breathe here, largely by virtue of the fact that it's 2 hours. Then the director was basically given a blank check to do what he wanted.
Yeah, Hosoda very much made the film that he had been wanting to make for a long time. You get that feeling.
And kind of sort of halfway made once before, and he was like, I could do better.
Yeah. In the news, by the way, because again, the world continues even when your world has shattered. Everything else has to continue. More than 20 million Oz accounts are still hacked as the family eats lunch because you still have to eat.
The world keeps going. You still have to eat.
Yeah. The grandma, who is now the matriarch of the family, by the way, she announces, all right, we still have lots of people coming today who are going to come in for the birthday party that is now awake.
Now it's awake.
We gotta switch the dumpling order to funeral buns.
Yeah. we need all of you in the kitchen to help me prepare. You, and you go call a priest. You go alert the necessary folks in town. We have to now make arrangements because life keeps happening.
And then Fish Uncle is like, I think we need to go to war.
The Junotchis never run from a fight. We destroy the virus and get revenge. And the aunties are like, are you... Granny just died.
And Kenji slowly raises his hand, and they're all like, what? And he's like, I agree with him.
I also want to fight.
I also want to fight.
And I do love that he says this reasonably and rationally, but the aunties, who are, by the way, all over at the same table together, because they're the ones who actually have to get shit done around the house, are like, are you nuts? We have to plan a funeral. You're not even from this family. Why do you even get an opinion? And what I like is that these are both very reasonable things. Life has to keep going, even if you do want to get revenge on a virus that could destroy the world, okay? These are both important things that need to happen.
We do have two competing priorities here, although I will argue that only one has a real-life equivalent.
Afterwards, they talk a bit, and a couple of the men, including Kenji and Kazuma and this fish uncle, Mansuke, okay, so if we did fight, what would we do? And Kazuma is like, hey, uncle, you sell computers. Can you get me a really big fuck-off PC? I'm gonna have a rematch with Love Machine.
And Uncle's like, fuck yeah, I can.
And it turns out that he can lay hands on the biggest, most fuck-off PC available.
I normally sell stuff to, like, offices and schools, so I got some big fuck-off stuff.
Meanwhile, the women of the family are pulling out photos for Granny, and I love all these details of just these small sketches of photos with tons of different people in tons of different situations. They try to pick out a photo for the funeral, and they're like, oh yeah, that's when the governor gave her that medal.
Yeah, the hilarious nightmare of, we've got to find a photo to use for the funeral. God, why are there no photos of her from recently?
And then you go back to Mansuke, who is the drunk fish uncle who told war stories, now tells a relevant one. Because he says, and by the way, they're meeting in secret in like the middle of the garden, which is hilarious because all of the women are scary. He says, in 1600, Tokugawa Hidetada invaded Ueda Chisagata with a 38,000-man army when we only had 2,000 men to fend them off.
Again with the 2,000.
Again with the 2,000. So we baited the enemy, lured them in almost to the heart of the castle with a false retreat, then closed the gates behind them, and it was like shooting fish in a barrel. We created a kill box. Outsmarted and outmatched by the Junotchi, the Tokugawa army sued for peace. And Kenji's like, it worked then, could work now.
Let's do it.
And as the aunties reflect on how peaceful Granny looks as she died, they're interrupted by a forklift full of a man-sized supercomputer ramming into the gates.
I don't think this man is forklift certified.
It even knocks the ceremonial rice with chopsticks sticking in it out of the bowl over Grandma's head. Oh my god. While they're setting up the supercomputer, Kenji's like, hey, why are you actually helping? And he says, well, you stood up to the women, and our family is full of take-charge women, and the men have gotten a little passive.
A little?
We have a bunch of really cool wives, is the thing.
Yeah. We have a bunch of really cool wives who basically do everything.
And we maybe just kind of say yes, dear, and do what they say.
And you know, maybe we shouldn't this time.
Or at the very least, wash a fucking dish.
Meanwhile, Uncle Mansuke is back and he brought his whole fishing boat for power that can generate 300 watts, but he needs to dump it in the koi pond so it can cool off.
Let's just really fuck up this house, is this whole sequence, basically.
The cool uncle with the motorcycle, it turns out, is the self-defense force uncle, and he comes in with a military truck, and he's like, what's that? He's just a millimeter band antenna module.
Don't mind it. Kenji's like, what do you do with the military defense force? And he's like,
That's confidential.
What branch of the Force are you in? It's not the kind I can tell you about.
Classified. And the horrible children run around trying to, point out all of this to the women while carrying these brightly colored Nintendo DS lights. I love it. And they're just like, look, just play the quiet game, all right? They even have roped in the first responder cousins who are driving around town. You even see them on, a group chat with all of their little Oz avatars. We have a quick backstory for Kazuma where we find out that he apparently used to get bullied when he was younger, so his uncle Monsuke, the fish uncle, hung out with him in Oz and taught him Shaolin Kung Fu to help him gain confidence, which is cute.
Adorable as hell.
Also, presumably those bullies got whooped.
Oh, yeah. Because they're doing some katas together to just sort of, chill out and sort of center himself, and it is very cool to see it done, because again, it's very lovingly animated. Kazuma also asks, by the way, while they're setting up the rig for high-res CRT monitors, because the LCD ones have too much lag, because he is a power gamer. He's gotta have the CRT. We also find out that, this is a really big computer, and it's gonna get really hot. So Monsuke has a bunch of giant pillars of ice on his boat that they set up in buckets around the computer. And they decide they're going to issue a challenge to Love Machine because King Cosma 2.0 wants to fight.
King Cosma 2.0, by the way, looks exactly like King Cosma 1.0, except he has a blonde hair, emo cut now.
Yeah.
As is appropriate.
It's such a middle school kid thing to do with your OC. I gave him cooler hair now.
I gave him better hair.
And his goggles are down around his neck instead of on his head, which symbolizes character growth or something.
Such a middle school thing. I love it.
It's such a middle school OC thing. Love Machine accepts the challenge, and they have a really good choreographed martial arts fight that also involves getting cars and buses thrown at him. And then he also gets crushed by a building like it's the end of Spider-Verse.
2 buildings. He gets squished between 2 buildings.
And Love Machine moves in for the killing blow, but suddenly Uncle Monsuke's avatar, which it turns out is a shinobi squid, barrels in and holds off Love Machine. And we cut to Uncle Monsuke, and he's playing really intently on a DS Lite.
Probably borrowed from one of the children.
Probably.
It's so funny. I love it whenever you cut to the family looking really intently at their Nintendo DSs or cell phones. Cosma gets loose and then lures Love Machine into a big old gate, a big castle gate that is set up on one of these big bookshelf pillars around Oz, and brings him inside into this dark sphere, and then they shut the doors. And to represent them locking Love Machine inside this server, inside this computer, castle gates grow up, they bubble up all around Oz, on the big cat pillar with the angel wings and everything. It's really fun looking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It looks incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts in this section in the back half of the movie that is all very much using CGI modeling with 2D animation drawn over it, working in really, really, really good ways, especially for 2009. And all of the castle gates start closing one by one as they lock Love Machine inside the supercomputer and shut off Oz access. At which point the first responder brothers, who are, by the way, playing from their cars on phones or DS Lights, one of them has driven the doctor dad into town to go see the priest at the temple to make arrangements. So life still continues apace. And they're like, we've been playing video games for 30 years. Leave it to us. I'm not exactly sure what they do to help. They flood the visual representation of the computer inside. I'm not sure exactly what that means.
I don't know what that's supposed to represent in terms of computer stuff, but it looks cool.
It does.
It looks really rad.
And they think, okay, great, we did it, right? Well, wait a minute. Why are we getting all these error messages? Why are these buildings starting to fry? What could possibly be wrong with the computer? And they open the door and then basically get second-degree sunburns.
It's like a wave of heat that comes out of this room.
And it turns out that everybody's favorite cop cousin has been moving all the ice.
Shota!
Like, they asked the kids, where did the ice go? And the kids go, Shota took it. Fucking piece of shit, Shota.
Dude, are you fucking this up?
He's been moving all of the ice, pillar by pillar, into Granny's room to keep her body cool because it's supposed to be like the hottest day of the year. Nice thought, cousin, but Shota, you fucked up.
Shota, you fucked up.
You fucked it up, Shota.
You fucked it up! You fucked it up!
By the way, in terms of counts of family members fucking it up, we're up to 3.
We also, by the way, cut to Natsuki, who's hanging out with the aunties, who's looking sullen, and we find out briefly that she has Wabisuke's iPhone, but she doesn't know the password. That will be important later.
Did they establish at all how she got this? Because I missed it, if so.
I think Wabisuke dropped it when Grandma was trying to kill him with a naginata and just left after that, and she maybe picked it up as she was running after him. But I don't think we ever saw a shot of her scooping it up. We just discovered that she has palmed it.
Which, legit, I would have dropped it if Grandma was coming after me with a naginata too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair thing to leave behind.
Meanwhile, in Oz, the castle breaks apart as Love Machine has now fully turned into a kaiju. It's got a massive black hand. Its body is just made up of a swarm of all of the avatars it has stolen. It rules. It's a writhing black mass with a heart in the middle. It's got big eyes, and it reaches for Cosma and grabs him and throws him up against one of the cloud walls in Oz. Oh. They're using a lot of tech to, like, make a lot of the individual pieces on the outside of this, like, move around and swarm, so you really get the feeling that it is just like a bee swarm.
With 2009 computers, I'm pretty sure they couldn't render every single one of these without making the computers melt, but they did a reasonable amount of work to make it look like there are a lot of small independent bodies within this giant mass.
Yeah, they're doing enough work that your brain will fill in the rest. So Cop Cousin Shota comes to lecture them for playing video games instead of helping him keep Granny cool.
Cosma loses it on him.
Fully punches a cop in the face, breaks his nose. Good for Kazuma.
Yeah, kid! You go, kid! Good job!
I think you get at least one of these when the cop in question is also your piece of shit cousin. I think you get a freebie.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of punching cops.
Always a good decision.
And by the way, things have gotten worse now because Love Machine has now set a timer for 2 hours and 10 minutes. As it ticks down to 2 hours and 8 minutes, a big news burst pops out, like we saw at the beginning of the movie, showing satellite imagery of nuclear reactors. 500 of them. All around the world.
That's probably fine.
And the Self-Defense Force uncle, who, by the way, has his own computer, is like, hey, you guys remember that satellite?
Hey.
The one that's veered off its old orbit?
Yeah,
the one we keep reminding you exists.
It might be doing something bad.
It might be, hurtling towards the Earth to one of those 500 nuclear reactor sites.
Love it. So nice.
Oops.
Oopsie doodles.
Yeah, we're doing this one. It worked in our war game, and we're doing it again.
To be fair, it's not a missile this time.
It is not a missile this time.
It's just functionally a missile.
And I love that we hear from the baseball game, we're going into extra innings, folks. They don't call it sudden death for nothing.
Oh, for God's sake.
Apparently, Japanese high school baseball may have something more akin to a sudden death system than MLB, which simply believes that baseball will continue until the score improves. We also find out that cousin Ryohei, who is pitching this game, pitched 15 innings yesterday, and he's now on his 9th inning pitching today. What's wrong with his coach? Do you not have another pitcher?
Just the worst coach.
They probably don't even have a designated hitter. What's happening here? Anyway, Natsuki is helping the aunties organize a whole bunch of photos, but in the process, she comes across a book with an envelope sticking out of it, written in Granny's hand that says, "To my family, read if something happens to me." And she takes it and runs to the rest of the family with the aunties trailing her until they all converge as Self-Defense Force Uncle is telling everyone that, well, Love Machine could start a nuclear holocaust. But it thinks it's playing a game, and not like it's doing this innocently, but it is only acting in according to its own game rules. It doesn't care. He's also like, so the U.S. Army also is not prepared for this. They did not think that this would happen. They didn't think letting the AI genie out of the bottle could come back to bite them so catastrophically, which is like, yeah, that tends to happen. You'll get that.
That happens.
Yeah, let's set, like, functionally a cyber weapon loose on the major crux of internet infrastructure all over the world. There's no way this could blow back on us at all.
No.
Oh no, it blew back on us at all.
What?
He explains that the satellite will strike with the force of a ballistic missile, and the fallout of hitting a reactor would cover an enormous area with an unfathomable loss of life.
Hooray!
On the monitor behind Kazuma, there are messages from all across Oz, which are represented as little, like, text bubbles, speech bubbles, asking King Kazuma to save them. Because the Love Machine currently has 38% of all accounts worldwide, which is 412 million people. One of those accounts controls the probe's GPS system, and they have 2 hours to try to find it. And suddenly, the whole family realizes just how serious this is. They're like, Kazuma, this is a game, right? This is just a game,
right?
This is just a video game, right? We're not actually going to get nuked, right?
And Kazuma's mother asks this, holding her very pregnant belly with Kazuma's younger sister inside. And he freaks out and throws his avatar, King Kazuma, at Love Machine, trying to do literally anything to stop it. And Love Machine eats King Kazuma and grows giant evil rabbit ears, which, you know what, fine, it's earned it.
Yep, sure.
Yep. There you go, bud.
And Kazuma just starts crying because he can't protect his mother or his baby sister. And the family is like, all right, well, Wabisuke could maybe help us. We still don't know how to reach him. What the hell are we going to do? As Kenji stares at the computer pensively as the family starts to panic and then just says quietly, it's not over yet. There has to be something we can do. We haven't lost until we decide that he gets to win.
Kenji is showing that Jinoichi spirit.
Yeah! Natsuki looks determined, then thrusts Granny's letter into Grandma's hands and rushes off. And Kenji looks at her go and then notices over on the table the deck of Hanafuda cards. Meanwhile, Natsuki pulls out Wabisuke's phone again, looks at the password screen. There is a hint that is the word birthday, and then we hear a dial tone and see Wabisuke pick up a call on his laptop looking at Natsuki's Oz avatar as she calls on her cell, as he's like at the airport or something.
And he's being a total shit. He's just like, no, I'm not coming back. Why would I come back? The old hag, blah, 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 blah. And Natsuki's like, shut up and listen for once.
Also, I want to point out, it doesn't appear that he's at the airport so much as stuck in traffic on his way to the airport.
Yeah.
The traffic situation has only marginally improved.
And so he finally stops, and Natsuki goes, Granny's dead.
And she explains that Oz contributed to her dying last night.
Possibly.
And Wabisuke, who's up to this point has just kind of been a sarcastic shit, is just frozen.
And she says, I know you lied about forgetting Granny's birthday. I know you came to visit her because it was her 90th birthday, because her birthday is the password on your phone.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Haha, you have feelings.
That rules. As the crowds pass by his car where he's taking the call, we see in the background just a moment this frozen image of what looks like a younger Granny and a young Wabisuke holding her hand. I also have Granny's letter to my family.
First, take yourselves a deep breath. Crying and carrying on doesn't help anything.
Make my funeral arrangements a simple affair, just our close friends, and then go back to your day-to-day lives.
I don't have anything to leave you in the way of an inheritance.
That said, I'm sure my old acquaintances will keep an eye on the Genochi family.
No need to worry, my dears.
You've always been hard workers, and I know you'll keep it up.
And grant me this. If Wapsuke should ever come back home, he's been gone 10 years and counting now, so who's to say if that day will ever come? But if he does, I'm sure he'll be hungry.
He never took care of himself, and probably won't be eating right.
So let him have as many vegetables from the fields as he wants, and the grapes and the peaches, too. He always loved those the best.
I remember the day we first met. Even now, it's clear as a bell.
His little ears look just like my husband's. Definitely his father's son.
We walked through the field of morning glories, and I told him he would be our child from that day forward.
He didn't say a single word, but his hand wrapped all the tighter around my finger.
I was so happy to be giving him the family he needed. I'd like to think he could feel that happiness radiating off of me.
Never turn your back on family, even when they hurt you. Never let life get the best of you.
And if you remember nothing else, remember to find time to eat together as a family, even when times are rough, especially when times are rough.
There's no lack of painful things in this world, but hunger and loneliness must surely be the two of the worst.
Thanks to you, my precious family, I didn't know a moment of either of those in the last 90 years.
Love you all, and goodbye.
Granny's great!
Granny's great.
Granny's husband had a child with a whole other woman, and she's like, okay, that's my baby now.
Yeah.
This is my baby. I will make him as happy as I can.
And if he ever comes home, make sure he eats. We see Wabisuke, and we see him tear out of this traffic that he's in. And as the letter ends, we see his car looking like hell crash into the lawn as he climbs out from a wreck.
And he's like, let me see her.
This Mad Maxed his way back to this house.
And the new matriarch, the auntie who's become the new matriarch, is like, you come down and you go visit Granny calmly, and then we'll have lunch.
We are all going to sit down to a meal, and the family, they don't have these long tables, they don't have several chairs and everything. They are all sitting around a small table, eating with fervor, as they all explain that they are in this together. The Genochi family has fought losing battles for hundreds of years, but that's their heritage. They're going to hack into the love machine, get the accounts back, and distract him with Hanafuda.
I love how they're like, our heritage is that we're born losers.
We're born losers, but we get through this.
We later find out that a lot of these stories that the fisherman uncle has been telling, they lost all those battles.
Yeah, there were just 2,000 of them.
Of course they fucking lost.
They're just like, screw it. We're a family. We're going to do this together. Back in Oz, the kaiju, the Love Machine kaiju, is just kind of hanging out, and then all around it appear these screens that say, welcome to the Oz casino stage. And it turns around, and there is Natsuki's avatar, which is, by the way, this cute little, mouse girl in, a kimono and hakama pants. It's adorable. And she's like, hey, play me in this card game. We will wager. If I win, I get avatars. We're playing Hanafuda, and I wager my entire family's accounts. And we see all of their avatars that we've seen in little bits and pieces appear behind her. As we cut back to the real world, well, the whole Genochi family is arranged behind Natsuki at this computer on their phones and DS Lites, looking incredibly determined. And they start yelling at the screen and heckling Love Machine, demanding that it take the bet, even though it's only a measly 20 accounts.
But it will take the bet, because it wants to play the game.
It wants to play the game.
It likes playing games.
Shall we play a game?
And they start playing Hanafuda. They start playing Koi Koi, and I love that the entire family, Natsuki is playing, but the entire family is backseat gaming. They are yelling at her about which cards to pick, when to declare Koi Koi.
Granny has trained these children well.
Natsuki gets a hand, and the computer's like, will you declare Koi Koi? And the whole family yells as one, Koi Koi! Natsuki wins, gets 46 accounts back, and they keep playing over and over again, and she keeps upping the game's ante to win more and more accounts until she's up to 300,000. but not the government account they need, and there's only 30 minutes left on the clock. Doesn't she get distracted by family again here? Like,
Yes.
Yes, we're up to 4.
yeah! Like somebody yells or grabs her or something. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And while she is not looking, the love machine gets a hand and does not declare koi koi, so he wins the round, which, by the way, he got the sake cup and chrysanthemum combo, like, right off that hand. That's such horseshit.
Oh, that sucks.
And she loses all 300,000 except for 74 accounts due to the wager, and she doesn't have enough accounts to place the minimum bet, and she is going to lose, and she freaks out. Until the 74 accounts rolls up to 75.
Because there's a little German boy.
An avatar appears at the edge of the screen, and this little German boy that, like, not even Kazuma as a celebrity in Oz knows, and just says, Natsuki, please use my account.
And then messages attached to usernames from all over the world just start piling in, saying, use my account, use my account, use my account.
You see these quick shots of people all over the world on phones and monitors and TVs staring intently, determined to help.
You're not good enough to beat me.
Yeah, maybe I'm not. We are, you asshole.
Are we fashionably late?
Okay, let's go.
OK、用意できたからやってみよう。
Готов. Поехали.
Sì, sono pronta. Andiamo.
And I'm tearing up because this is my shit.
Oh. I've been tearing up since Granny's phone calls.
This huge influx of avatars appears behind the Jinochi family, and they figure out it's 150 million user accounts, 13% of all Oz, saying, I'm giving you my account, Natsuki. Please protect our family. That's what Granny says. There is family to protect.
Family protect, you fucking protect that family.
And also, because in Digimon they got a cool new form.
Yeah, she digivolves?
Yeah, the whales? Hey, you remember the whales?
Hey, yeah, the whales have just been chilling this whole time. I don't know, like, if you're guardian angels, what exactly is your job if not this, but okay.
The whales are going to help by giving her a cool rare item.
Sure.
The upgrades her appearance.
It doesn't do anything, but she gets a cool makeover. She gets a little head shin.
It's a great cosmetic.
She gets a little magical girl transformation.
Gentlemen, Digivolve 2!
Angel Woman!
Yeah! She gets big angel wings and, like, a nicer kimono. And she's even like, I have no idea what this means, but thanks, whales.
Yes, I can tell it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't do anything. It's fun, though. It's there.
It's really cool looking. The ante is now 10 million avatars for the wager, and Natsuki, determined and radiant, gets hand after hand, and people around the world are yelling koi as she keeps betting, until it's 150 million avatars as a crowd shouting koi behind her.
You know, like 90% of these people have no fucking clue what koi koi means, but they hear the family yelling it, and they're doing it too.
Absolutely.
They didn't want to get left out of the moment.
And she's about to play her final card, raises it up in the air as she's yelling. As the family yells with her, the card explodes onto the field, gaining her 5 bright, one of the highest scoring hands in the game, as well as all of these other hands and suits that she's won. And she gains everything but 2 accounts transferred to her as the love machine disintegrates and the wheel of accounts behind him shatters. 14 minutes on the clock. The clock has stopped. There is silence in the Jinochi family house as Natsuki looks down at her cell phone in awe, and the family sees the clock stopping, and everyone leans down, winds up, and starts cheering. Kenji comes around to congratulate Natsuki for winning. She hugs Kenji. He is not prepared for that.
He is absolutely not prepared whatsoever.
But also, clock's going again.
Clock's going again.
Oops.
There is 1 satellite feed left. And weird, that's not a nuclear reactor.
And they focus in on the dog that's barking on the camera, and then look outside at the dog barking outside.
Hang on, we know that dog.
The Love Machine still has the account. There are 10 minutes left, and it's going to crash into the Jinochi house. The family starts yelling about evacuating because they can't possibly change the trajectory at this point.
Quick! Change the channel!
Love seeing the family chaos grabbing what they can. Someone's running around with a samurai helmet. Someone's just got the dog. Like, what do we take? What do we take? Oh my God, what do we do?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you could probably leave the samurai helmet behind.
While everyone else is running around in a panic, Natsuki looks at the monitor and Kenji sits down and just calmly asks, is Love Machine still in the admin building's user logs? And says, hey, SDF uncle, can we basically just upload binary junk into Love Machine? Can we create an error in the flight data and tweak its course to go somewhere harmless? Because there's all these forests around the house.
What if we forwarded all of our emails to the virus Digimon?
What if we forwarded all of our emails? They're like, oh, that could work. But Kenshi tells Natsuki, there's no guarantee this will work. You should still evacuate. And the family is getting into cars and packing up when Natsuki yells to them, we haven't lost yet. Because they're the fucking Jinochis. Kenji pulls up a password prompt and gets an entirely new algorithm code because the Love Machine just changed the password. And he looks horrified. But then Cop Cousin Shota actually comes in, slaps us on the back, and it's like, you can do it, nerd. It's math.
Thanks, Shota.
Thanks, Shota.
And suddenly the whole family is now gathering around Kenji, telling him, you're the only one who can do it, and we believe in you. Just like Granny did. So Kenji starts working out the equations. Even Natsuki places her hands on his back and says, you can do it. And he just gives like, hi, just a real quick, yeah, right, as he's going. And he enters the code correctly. Again, this took him hours the first time. Then Love Machine changes the code again, and he's just like, fine, and starts working out the code again. Meanwhile, Wabisuke over at the supercomputer is like, hey, I've finally broken through the Love Machine's defenses. Cosma, go beat up a rat.
Because we can't have the end of this movie without someone beating up a rat.
Nope.
No! It's cute because you actually see, like, in Oz, you see the avatars, like, bandaging up King Cosma as the freed avatars, like, cheer him on as he flies towards the Love Machine. It's just like, again, there's not really a mechanical equivalent here, but it's cute that they're doing it like that. Kenji, meanwhile, breaks through the code again. The Love Machine changes it again. The timer is still ticking. There's like a minute or two left here. And Kenji stares at the code, mouth open. His nose starts to bleed as his eyes are darting around the monitor in utter silence, and he slowly drops the pen, and his shaking hands reach out and start typing out the password as he does this incredibly complicated math in his head.
He's seeing the Matrix.
He has ascended.
He has ascended.
He is seeing the time knife. And he opens the gates again. And just as Love Machine tries to change the password after Kenji has done this insane math in his head, King Cosma punches the rat into dust. The dialogue box open up and it's like, transmit? And as he yells dramatically, he hits the enter key going like, please let this work. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu!
I'm dramatically hitting the enter key.
Dramatically hitting the enter key.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
And the satellite, 1 minute from impact, changes course and then hits the woods near the house on their land, sending up a shockwave throughout the valley and opening up a new hot springs.
So nice.
And meanwhile, over on the baseball game, they did it, folks! They toughed it out when the chips were down, and they pulled off a miraculous come-from-behind victory! Ueda High is making it to the Nationals after 15 innings! I'm a sucker for that. I love it when they do that shit. And now let's sing Happy Birthday.
Now let's sing Happy Birthday.
Because we have the rights, we might as well.
We have the rights, and it's Grandma's birthday.
It's the birthday wake. Natsuki is wearing the morning glory yukata Granny gave her, playing the ukulele as the family sings happy birthday. And I love that you have tons of people in morning clothes looking extremely puzzled at the new hot springs.
Yeah.
The military vehicles, the ship in the pond, the koi pond, by the way, the house's general destruction, and most of all, the fact that the family is so full of joy and love.
It's so good.
It's a weird wake.
It's a weird wake. The vibe is weird.
Not bad, just weird.
You'll see, like, the huge line just going out the manor house and down onto the road as people have come by to pay their respects. Because Granny was great, it turns out.
Granny's good.
Yeah, a lot of people are just checking to make sure she's dead because they were terrified of her.
That is also entirely possible.
Especially the one she punched 50 years ago.
The guy she punched 50 years ago showing up to make sure she's definitely dead.
Oh, man. We also see the family just playfully bickering, saying like, oh, Kenji, hey, you should actually kiss Natsuki. You guys should date for real. Are you going to date? Are you going to get married? You should get married. Tell her you like her. Tell her you like her. Tell her you like her.
Kenji, you're officially part of the family. You gotta marry her now. You gotta marry her. You gotta marry her.
We also briefly find out that Wabisuke has turned himself in for the creation of Love Machine, and we do get the confirmation on TV. He was, in fact, a professor at Carnegie Mellon.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, everyone's had that one professor who accidentally creates the AI that tries to end the world.
It's a funny story.
Oh, no.
I had a professor who was the one who was behind the disease in WoW Blood.
Corrupted Blood?
The Corrupted Blood. He was the one who...
Blood Plague?
Yeah, he programmed it originally.
Oh, God.
What? Why did not... Who? What?
He, programmed it originally and then had to help, walk it back afterwards.
The Blood Plague, the thing that actual epidemiologists have written studies on.
Yes.
Holy shit.
He was in the telecommunications building. I don't know.
Well, sometimes you'll get that, I guess. And the family has teased Kenji into admitting that he does in fact like Natsuki, and well, she likes him. They're like kiss, 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 kiss. He can't do it. His brain is broken. His nose bleeds again. And then she kisses him on the cheek, and then he passes out. He's a nerd.
He is a nerd.
And the whole family is cheering. Everyone is happy. And we finally see the photo they picked out for Granny's wake.
And it's just her smiling.
Just that big laugh with the two teeth.
It's so good.
And that's Summer Wars.
Or Summies in Canada.
Couldn't let that joke go.
No.
No, never. Maybe we'll never give it up. Summies! I love Summer Wars. It's still just one of my favorites. Even taking the Digimon DNA out of it, which, by the way, you would not have that much of a movie without the Digimon DNA.
No, you would not.
But
yeah, no, I would say the Digimon DNA is still there, just kind of scrambled.
Yeah, and this is why my fact is very much that, you can file the serial numbers off of something and rework it. You can't just do the exact same thing, but you can take the scraps of something and say, here are the things that I loved about it. Here are the things that I will make my own, and here's what I'm going to do with it. And, Hosoda is not really shy about the fact that, Digimon continues to influence him. This is not something where he's trying to hide that this got it started as a Digimon movie. He's just yeah, so what? I'm gonna go make 3 more movies now. And I love that about him. I love that he wears his influences and his past on his sleeve, that it's not something that he considers a problem.
Or that he's ashamed of it or anything like that.
Yeah.
You even get people doing licensed movies today who are ashamed of the thing that they are doing the licensed movie of.
Yeah.
Marvel and DC movies ashamed to be Marvel and DC movies. And it's no, either you like this or you don't. And if you don't like it, don't waste my time with this.
Yeah, I'm very fond of Summer Wars. I'm glad we could talk about it today. It makes me cry every single time.
It always makes me cry too.
I love the big family. I love that, they are just so real as just a big gossipy group.
Yes, all 3 of us have had experiences with large gossipy family reunions.
Yes.
And this is all very true to life.
Oh, yeah.
This feels real.
Especially as they I'm not from here, but now I'm part of this, and they all need to tell me the stories.
Yeah, you're now part of this, whether you like it or not.
So I think that brings us back around to our final facts at this point. Kit, what's your final fact?
Don't burn your best ideas on work for hire.
Mackenzie, what's your final fact?
Cosmos and Egg. Going to come out in a few years and be the hottest lesbian you've ever seen.
Annie, what's your final fact?
There are 2 universal languages, and it is big families and Goku. Bonus final fact, you should listen to Binary Break.
Bonus final fact, listen to Annie be on Digimon.
Hi, you know how this is Odaiba month? Well, something dropped on August 1st, folks. And yes, that is the day Tai Chi is today is August 1st. Yes, August 1st, this month was the launch of season 3 of Binary Break, which is our final season. It's gonna be real good. I'm really excited for folks to hear it. We have put in some incredible work in it so far, and we're still going. Binary Break is an actual play Digimon podcast that is based on a system called Digidice that is created by Claire Mulcairn, who has been on the show before, friend of the show. Many friends of the show are also on Binary Break. We have had many guests before that are from there, not from Binary Break, but from other podcasts, because it's a big podcast full of pod friends pretending to be angsty teenagers and goofy little animals. My angsty teenager is a grumpy lesbian named Kat Payne. My goofy little animal is a little skateboarding tiger who doesn't actually know how to skateboard named Olimon, who is also a cereal mascot and your best friend. It is really a show that I really love the work we put into it. It is very fun. It is at Binary Break. You can find it on Blue Sky, on Tumblr. I believe it is hosted on Libsyn, but go check it out. Listen from the beginning, of course. Or you could be a real maniac and start from season 2, not having to listen to season 1, or be an ultra maniac and just start at season 3 with no context. But go listen to that. I like a Digimon.
Just perfectly replicate the experience of starting to watch Digimon on a random episode on a Saturday morning.
Exactly. Pick an episode. You can do it.
And then start just listening to them all out of order, exactly like rewatching a bunch of them on Saturdays.
Yeah, whatever you just kind of catch, just figure it out as you go. It'll be fine. That's my extra special show for this episode. But that is going to do it for us here. Join us next time as we continue to be a 10-year-old podcast. And, well, there's another thing that's 10 years old.
It's Gustav, take 2.
Join us as we revisit another classic, but with Lucas this time. As we will be talking about Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom Fix-It Fic, Love Never Dies, Act 2, Gustav time.
Gustav time.
Again.
It's Gustav time. That'll be next month. I Will Fight You comes out every 5 weeks. We are edited by Lucas Brown of The Math of You. You can find us wherever you download podcasts. Social media, we have a Tumblr, we have a Blue Sky, but more importantly, we have a website with links to those things as well as to our Discord. crookedrussiancam.horse or crookedrussiancam.gay. That's right, it's the old .gay horse. You should give us money. In fact, let me just pull up our bit.ly links here 1 second. If you want to visit our website, you can also do it at bit.ly/theoldgayhorse. Initial caps on all of those words. But with no initial caps, bit.ly/give Annie $1, that goes to our Patreon at patreon.com/thegemjam, where you can support us paying our editors. I say give me $1, but mostly because I just give the money directly to our editors and occasionally our hosting fees. Lucas and Jake do incredible work. Mackenzie sometimes, maybe someday will once more do Date Me Damn It Mackenzie, and I can give her money for doing that. But we'll see. We'll see if that ever happens, folks.
The public bullying to date has not worked.
It has not worked. It will continue, though. Morale will not improve, but I'm just going to keep doing it. Give us money for that, though. Give us money so we can give them to our editors, especially Lucas. He does such great work.
He does.
Lucas is fantastic, folks.
We all appreciate Lucas.
In this house, we love and appreciate Lucas Brown and Jake Mason. Join us next time for Act 2 of Love Never Dies. Gustav lives. Gustav never dies. Gustav lives forever. Christine doesn't, though.
R.I.P. in peace, Christine.
More until we join you, Christine. And until then, I'm Annie.
I'm Kit.
And I'm Mac.
And we have fought you.